Hello, hello. Happy Monday. What's going on, y'all? I'm here for Monday Night Raw. It is top of the hour. Show's about to start. How y'all been? How have y'all been since last night, since we were all together for Stomping Grounds? Pretty solid show last night, I gotta say. Which it almost had nowhere to go but up, based on our expectations. What's going on, y'all? Die Hard and Ben and Sammy. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I just put something up on Twitter about this a few minutes ago. I'm optimistic about tonight. I think based on the fans' frustration and bitching and moaning, the talent feels like, to me, they're out to prove a point. Seth Rollins has been leading the charge. You know, proclaiming that they're the greatest wrestling on the planet and all that shit. And I think the talent doesn't none to appreciate all the fans automatically assuming that they're worthless now that AEW exists. So we're already seeing the beginning of the competition. And I'm liking it. Speaking of Seth, here comes our champion. Hello, Razor Demon and everybody in here. We got some good matches announced for tonight. The big one is one that I'd be fine saving for SummerSlam, but instead we're getting it tonight. Ricochet and AJ Styles. Jesus, man. I'm guessing that might be your next U.S. title feud. I would not be surprised at all if Joe gets back in the mix and we do some triple threat action. Rey Mysterio is due back from injury in a couple of weeks. He might get thrown in. We get some four-way action. But I'm guessing that'll be your U.S. title field for the moment. Here comes Seth, who was bailed out by his woman. Did y'all catch Becky Lynch's new Twitter profile pic? Just go look at it if you haven't seen it. It's kind of hard to describe. I mean, I don't completely hate Seth Rollins right now as far as his character goes. He's pretty vicious with that chair. And then on social media, he's bitching. He called out Will Ospreay last night, and I don't know, one of the wrestling websites. And Seth is doubling down on all of his "this is the best wrestling on the planet" shit. And he's standing by his comments, and I like that. He's the champion. He needs to be leading the charge here and being the leader. I almost like that he's taking on this attitude. And he's accepting his role as the man in the company and trying to act accordingly. I liked it. And some fans were like giving him shit. I'm like, oh, Seth, you're looking like an idiot, like talking smack. I'm like, what are you talking about? If it's coming from the other side, the fans love it. If it's an AEW guy talking shit about WWE, the fans are jacking off over that. But if Rollins does it back, all of a sudden, oh, it's unprofessional, fuck off. Biased fuckers. I think it's great. Good for Seth, standing up for himself and his locker room. That's what champions do. Yeah, y'all get them likes up. Over 100 people in here so far. Seth is about to cut a promo. I feel like I'm a solid minute behind here on my stream. But sorry about that if y'all are having trouble syncing up. Thank you, Nathan, for the super chat. No mixed tag yet. I thought for sure we'd get that match tonight. We're getting the handicap match with Shane, Drew, and Roman instead. They're going to do a mixed tag at some point. It just probably won't be tonight. Maybe it will. And I'm hoping Seth has some sort of a new opponent here. If Corbin comes out there again and they set something else up, I'm going to shit a brick. Somebody told me something about a rematch clause, which I had no idea about. If that's part of the storyline, I don't even recall it, so...
Last night at WWE Stomping Grounds, right down the road in Tacoma, Baron Corbin thought he was going to take this title from me.
Oh yeah, Vape Lord, of course I remember that. I did like over 100 episodes like that. Ah, there's Becky. Alright, so we're going to get Lacey and Corbin out here, likely. Becky and Seth both last night did exactly what I wanted them to. I wanted Becky to just straight up beat Lacey, and she did. And I wanted Seth to beat Corbin, which he did. Man, that is a lot of tarped off arena. Where are they tonight? They got to be, they're probably still in Washington, right? That looks like a lot smaller of a crowd than they had last night. Because we were all laughing at the ticket sales, but the crowd was not that horrible. I know they had half the arena blocked off, but it looked a lot bigger than what is on Raw here. This looks like a house show crowd. That's a really small crowd. Nah, man, you haven't missed anything yet. We're only 6 minutes into the show. You're missing a Becky chant. That's about it. Title for title, Rollins versus Lynch. Yeah, let's do it.
You know, you kind of interrupted me.
Typical women. Always interrupting. Man, if we get a live sex celebration, I'm gonna have to turn this off. Check out Waldo in the front row.
I actually got to give Baron Corbin some credit.
Real easy to see him.
Sounds crazy, no. But hear me out. Look, last night.
What's going on, Ramon? What's going on, everybody?
For me,
Joining me tonight.
smart enough to know he couldn't outfight me. Smart enough to get himself a referee that he knew I couldn't bash in with a steel chair. Smart enough to get a referee he knew would do anything in her power to take this title from me.
Yeah, if you're judging Corbin's character, it was a smart pick having Lacey.
Smart enough to realize that I got the best backup on the planet.
I got the best backup on the planet. Yeah, until Brock attacks you. Where's Becky? I wonder if they're going to do some sort of a deal at some point where one of them's going to get real beat down and the other one's going to, like, lay their body on top of the other one. Like, Becky will protect him or vice versa.
And I would say that last night we proved once again individually why we are the champions of our division. Now Lacey Evans, that plank out here.
I hope those belts don't have any, shall we say, stains on them.
So tapped out she did. And then along she comes at the end of the night as referee
Lacey should have won. Nah. No way. The crowd is not feeling this promo. Yeah, the 36 people that look to be in the crowd. Oh, what a big surprise. Here comes Corbin. God, we're not going to continue this, are we? We got Extreme Rules. Are we going to do one more and do a blow-off there? And then Seth gets someone for SummerSlam? I am real tired of these two. Oh, there they go. Seth, curb stomper. Becky's pushing Seth around. There's Corbin. All right, yeah, mixed tag. We getting this tonight, or are they setting this up for a different show? Nick, you're taking a break? Well, I hope it wasn't because of last night. Last night was fun. Stomping Grounds was good. There's certainly not anything that we've seen in the last 24 hours that would make me cancel my network. Or not watch. Put on an apron. At least Seth will be able to do it. At least he knows how to make a fucking sandwich.
Yeah, Daddy, get your little girl on out of here. Unless you want me to get my hands on him again.
These shit-talking losers. Y'all both got your ass kicked last night. You're out here talking smack.
You know it, and all of you know it. And if it wasn't for Becky last night,
If it wasn't for someone stopping me from cheating, I would be Universal Champion. Fuck off, Corbin. You dick. Oh, mixed tag. And when will this be? Not at Extreme Rules.
As a matter of fact, how about we make that match happen at Extreme Rules?
Ah. That's stupid. Just do it tonight.
Yeah, you two dopes are so desperate to get your head stopped in and your arm torn up, that's fine with us. Under one condition. When you two dopes lose, that's it. You're done. No more chances. You don't get to get in the ring with either of us ever again. It's over. Final. Finito. Forget about it.
It's usually not the baby faces making that stipulation whenever they do, like, if you don't beat me, you can never wrestle me again type of thing. It's always the heels making that. I didn't think they'd do this at the pay-per-view. Plus, it's Extreme Rules. Oh, maybe they're putting it at Extreme Rules because...
We'll even raise you one.
Oh, they're going to put the belts on the line.
Stipulations seem to be working out.
They're going to put the belts on the line.
All right, name it. I don't care what it is. Challenge accepted. Well, you know what, buddy? You should care because you're Universal Champion and you're the Raw Women's Champion. So Extreme Rules, you're going to put both those titles on the line, and it's winners take all.
Okay, mixed tag, winners take all. So, one thing I'm curious about is that they're making this mixed tag at Extreme Rules on a pay-per-view that tends to bend the rules a little bit more. Maybe this is where they're going to finally try a little guy on gal wrestling. A little intergender action. Might be the first time we see it. Baron Corbin might deliver a clothesline to Becky or something, or... I don't think Seth will curb stomp Lacey, although it'd be funny. And they got the belts on the line. Alright. Well, we saw a mixed tag coming. I didn't really think about doing it at Extreme Rules and putting belts on the line. I just thought it was a match they'd do tonight. But alright then. 8-man tag elimination. New Day Usos against the two tag champs, Revival and Bryan and Rowan. Interesting. Elimination match. It's random. Alright, here comes Bryan again. That is a tiny Raw. Oh, they're in Seattle. You just have two sets of tag team champions on the same show. This drives me so crazy. If you're doing this shit now, you got to unify these belts. It's so stupid to have two sets of these things. Making no sense. Daniel Bryan wears mom jeans sign in the crowd. Oh, yikes.
Make your order for free if anything happens to it on the way home, even if it's not your fault. Like if it's whoever that guy's chasing's fault.
I don't know why they're doing AJ and Ricochet now. I'm hoping that AJ and Ricochet on Raw is only the beginning of like a pay-per-view match. AJ's been kind of getting back together with Gallows and Anderson a bit. Still don't know what the status of their contract deal is, if they're out the door or not. Maybe they're trying to promise those guys, hey, we'll reunite the club or give you guys a little version of that in WWE if you stick around, and, you know, maybe Finn Balor can get back involved, which would be cool. Or maybe it means absolutely shit. But as far as Ricochet and AJ goes, I hope that something leads to a match at the pay-per-view, because a little program between those two guys for a championship belt, sign me up. Unify all the belts. Every belt into one. The US, the tags, the IC, the women's, Universal, and World. All one belt. Winner take all. Men and women. a 75 star ladder match with every man and every woman in one ring, one ladder, one belt, one champion. Now, I'm not going to debate if they need to leave. I'm going to let Gallows and Anderson decide if they need to leave, Almighty. I'm just saying, if they're staying, maybe this is something WWE is doing to convince them to stay. And I certainly would like to see them bounce out of there and turn up in All Elite Wrestling. That's got to be a pretty entertaining prospect for them. But WWE, you know, they're not going to lay back and let talent get taken away either. So they might be throwing some extra money around. And they might have to do some things creatively. Okay, fine. If you stay, we'll make a Bullet Club over here, which you've kind of already teased a couple times and never pulled the trigger. Same thing with the Revival, although they tricked to the Revival. All right, we'll give you the belts. We're going to give you the belts, but we're going to treat you like jobbers. I mean, they're the only tag team champions in history to be treated worse after they won the belts than before. I think WWE also blows a lot of smoke. Sometimes they promise shit and they don't follow through with it, which is just the norm for everybody, it seems like. Good morning from Sydney. What's going on? I don't know, though. I kind of think Corbin and Shane are good heels. We hate them, don't we? And I think it's a little bit crazy to be shitting on Shane right now. I think we're all up his ass because we've been hearing the rumors about him winning the title. That's got everybody's panties in a bunch. But you gotta remember, everybody fucking loves Shane. You know, when he came back in 2016, people were acting like WWE was gonna be saved with him back. You know, now it's like he's the worst thing we see. So the fans are, what's that word Daniel Bryan says all the time? I forgot. Starts with an F. All right, here come their partners. And the Revival has this temporary little bromance with Shane McMahon as well that'll probably amount to shit, but I thought it was a good rub for them to be eating lobster with the owner's son. Especially when they seemingly had one foot out the door and would be treated like crap. Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily even mind seeing Corbin in the main event picture because we have a whole bunch of shitty people in main event pictures. I just didn't really want to see him champion. And I mean, I just didn't want to see him out there every week with the belt and doing the same shit that like a heel authority would do, driving you crazy. WWE needs to try to keep the fans happy right now. Here comes Big E. Alright, here come the Usos. Probably would be a pretty decent match here. Ken Bailey. Yeah, a lot of people have been calling like a Big E heel turn. I really like Big E though. I think he's entertaining, and I think he's more. I like him more as a fun-loving, goofy-ass dude than like a monster heel. Big E's got too much charisma to like ignore. Big E is hilarious. Love him.
They seem to be good right now.
Man, I don't know, dude. I don't know where Rusev and Nakamura is. Man, what a shame Nakamura turned out to be. That guy was wrestling for the title at WrestleMania. Now he's now he'd be lucky to get on a kickoff show. What the hell's going on? Thanks, Mike Witt, for another one. Good to see you back in here tonight. Still curious about what the plans are for Braun. Yeah, I don't know what his next order of business is going to be. Braun has seemed directionless for a while now. Even last couple WrestleManias, they're just making him do weird shit. SNL guys, referees' sons, they don't know what's going on. Well, we got over 200 people in here right now, which is not bad. If you do me a big favor and smash that thumbs up for me, I'd appreciate it. Give the channel a subscription. Subs have been slow climbing lately, and I don't know why. Normally they come flying in for these live streams, but last couple weeks have been a little stale or stagnant, so if y'all are new and you want to stick around and watch me every week, sub it out, baby. Also, last night I was up here reacting to Stomping Grounds, and I decided to record a small mic drop, like 20 minutes, basically pitching an idea to revamp WWE's pay-per-view schedule. It's so cluttered, and it's just a fucking mess, and we got too many pay-per-views along with Saudi Arabia shows and all this stuff, and I kind of proposed just like lightening up the schedule a bit, shaving a couple of pay-per-views off the year, and doing a couple of things to better balance out the schedule, changing a lot of pay-per-view names, getting rid of some pay-per-views, adding some others, shit like that. And the link is right up there in the top right-hand corner. So check that out tonight. Let me know what you think, if you got any ideas on how to elaborate on it. But I just think that we don't need 12 pay-per-views. I think something like 10 would be better, because you still have network specials to worry about. I also propose taking the final 2 weeks of the year off. I know you can't. I know you can't do an off season. You know, the TV networks are paying WWE way too much money for them just to be taking a month or two off. That can't really work. But I don't see the harm in taking 2 weeks off. And I even proposed the final 2 weeks of the year. Everybody, talent, production crew, everyone goes home and returns at the first Monday of the new year. So kind of like meeting halfway. 2 weeks off of TV, what's the big deal? In its place, you run the Slammy Awards, you run a year in review, maybe a tribute to the troops. Even though I know it's impractical and networks won't do it, why would that be so bad? Would it really be the worst thing ever if you just ran 50 shows live instead of 52? What the fuck? So anyway, check that out. Is there any number one contendership stipulation in this match, or this is just a random 8-man?
Switch by Bryan. Roll through, shoulders down. Bryan looking for the elimination and a kick out by Wyatt. Wait a minute, Wyatt took out his own partner. That was from the inadvertent cut.
Well, Bryan is eliminated. All right.
But the Revival now put themselves against the wall.
And making moves quick.
I have a hard time believing the Revival would do that intentionally. What do you mean? You saw it.
Hey, I like this. So maybe that's why they're doing this 8-man. Are they setting up a unification?
And this matchup will be reset and restarted as a tag team match. Revival versus the Usos as we return live.
She did. Oh my God, I'm gonna vomit.
The Ratchies, all new episode Tuesday at 10:30 on USA.
Yeah, I'm hoping whatever happened there, Bryan and Rowan have an issue with the Revival, and you're better and I'm better. Why don't we find out? And there you go, fucking tag belts unified. With the wild card, you don't need 2 sets of tag titles. You don't have a strong tag team division as it is. If there's just one belt to compete for, I just think that's better. Thank you, Mike, for another one watching this match and watching Rowan and Bryan last night. I have one question. Where is Luke Harper? He is so much better than Rowan, in my opinion. I don't know what they're doing with Luke Harper. Apparently he's healthy. He worked even WrestleMania weekend. But they're not doing anything with him right now. I'm hoping that maybe he turns up with Bray Wyatt somewhere, maybe. But other than that, he's just sitting there, pushing 40 years old, wasting his time because WWE are idiots. And I thought at least they would stick him with, I predicted him to like return way back in February and help Daniel Bryan retain the title. I think it was like in the Elimination Chamber match or something. And I thought he would be perfect for Daniel Bryan to form a little stable with the two of them. But we haven't seen him back yet. I know, yeah, and they're eliminating Bryan in Washington, no less. Stupid.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Sorry, I'm just reading some of these chats here because I was a little bit behind. Alright, cool. I think I'm caught up. Let's check over to Twitter during a commercial break here. Anything fun happening over here? Not really. Yeah, I did put up on Twitter about the tag unification too, because if you're having this wild card rule, it's just completely pointless to do it now. Hopefully they realize that, and you put them together. I remember back during the initial split too. I think I even pitched like having just certain belts on certain shows, like before they decided to do 2 women's belts, and we had the Cruiserweight title and we had the tags. I was like, okay, maybe on one show like Raw you can have the tag team division, and then on the other show you can have the Cruiserweight division. So there's a reason to tune into one show. You're getting something you don't get on the other one. Just a thought. I didn't think the women's division would work on only one show, but I thought they could maybe do something like that. But I certainly don't think if the talent is back together that, and they're not separated on shows, that tag team titles, 2 sets of them, are necessary. Let's get rid of them. Oh yeah, recap. There's a This Day in History coming on Thursday. New one. Yeah, good question, Mike Witt, and thank you for another one. I'm surprised they don't have the Viking experience in here. I like that. I mean, Heavy Machinery put up a good effort last night in that match, and I think it is. I mean, even though I'm not a big fan of the team, I think it's better doing this with them and having guys like Daniel Bryan help establish them and have matches with them than them doing absolutely nothing, which seems to be the case, or turning into the Ascension or something like that. Seems to be the case with so many teams. You know WWE stomping is low ticket. I hope WWE will out of business. Well, don't hold your breath, Kyle, or you'll be dead. Oof. Jesus. If I'm a worker, that's just one move I'm scared to do. Is any sort of like headbutt move. I mean, you just miss a little bit, you're gonna crack your skull, man, on somebody else's head. Oh, that was a shit-looking bulldog. Hey, Trey, I'd pay to see that one, man. The Demon Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns, main event of SummerSlam. Gotta have a belt on the line there, though. So one of them's gotta win it by then, if you're main eventing with those two.
Shane and Drew McIntyre against the Usos' cousin Roman Reigns to a handicap match in Saguri now.
Got Dawson's done.
Dawson certainly rocked, definitely in a great deal of danger. Jimmy Uso trying to make his way to the top rope, and Dawson meets him there with a right hand.
I wouldn't mind seeing more Styles and Rollins as well, man.
Right to the jaw. And now it's Jey Uso, tag made, Jey's legal. Dawson's view is obstructed. I don't think Dawson realizes that Jey Uso is the legal Uso. I don't think Wilder does either, because Dash Wilder now heading up to the top rope. What does the Revival have planned here?
What do the Usos have planned?
My God, Wilder.
We're going for a double superplex, all right. And he's on the other one. Oh, I hope that's it. Greatest women tag team champions ever was Jumping Bomb Angels. So far, they'll be surpassed. They were a great team, but they had the belts for such a short time, and there hasn't been very many tag team champions in history. Although the resumes of Sasha and Bayley, there's a lot more accomplishments under that with them. But they were exciting, man, especially back in that time, like the late '80s, when the American audience saw them for the first time, when they briefly passed through WWE. They were doing shit nobody ever seen ever. I'll never forget that Survivor Series. I forgot who was on commentary. I think it was Jesse. He was just losing his shit, man. He could not believe. He's like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? Now we're doing a tug of war between these two? And they're going to have a match, obviously, then, at Extreme Rules. Corey, what are you wearing? You look like a fool.
24 hours ago, and I want to take you back to the match between the big dog Roman Reigns and the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre.
Oh, good. We're going to recap Roman and Drew. And we're getting a rematch tonight, or kind of a rematch. It basically was a handicap match last night on the pay-per-view, and we're getting the actual handicap match tonight on Raw, which, knowing WWE, will be our main event. Thank you for the super chat, Solo Rager. I don't know why they don't want to put Bray and Bo together. That might be fun. Bo's got his own thing right now, sort of, with the B team. They've got a great career going in catering right now. So to break that team up, I don't know. But I think if Bo Dallas started changing his look, stayed off TV for a little while, grew a beard, and then turned up at his brother's side 1 week randomly in an angle, and they reintroduce him that way, I think it'd be fun. I'd be all for it. Shane, you're such a jerk-off. I like that Shane's all mad. He's like, oh yeah? We're gonna find out how tough you are. You're gonna fight two of us. Like, Jesus. No, what's going on with Miz? Here's the Miz here. He's walking backstage. Oh, sweet. There's the doll. That's awesome. That's Abby. That's good. Man, we might see Bray tonight. See, I'd be fine with tonight. I was against seeing him last night. I was like, no, I don't want to see Bray yet. But tonight, hell yeah. AOP, one, I forgot which one. One of them was hurt. I think he's good to go now, but again, AOP. I don't think they can have any matches. Their manager has gone AWOL fighting over some clock belt. That's cool. We might be getting Bray Wyatt tonight, or that might be, like, they might be doing this shit now, maybe on TV a little bit. If we don't see him tonight, maybe he does this a couple weeks before we see him. Starts bringing another doll out in the background. Maybe the buzzard shows up. But if you're going to debut him tonight, we do have Roman Reigns in the main event. Maybe he wraps up business with McIntyre and Shane and spears and pins Shane to win the match, because he needs to get that win back from Super Showdown anyway. And then before the show goes off the air, you have Bray Wyatt show up and attack Roman. And you got a Wyatt and Roman feud. But that would suck, because that means Bray Wyatt has to face Roman Reigns, and that means Bray Wyatt's going to lose to Roman Reigns. I'd rather not see that.
Get a bacon double stack with a quarter pound of fresh beef, nuggets, fries, and a drink for just $5. Wendy's Biggie Bag is everything you could wish for.
Yeah, WWE tweeted a picture already of the witch, of Abby the witch. Unless Wyatt's going to start feuding with The Miz, that would be weird.
Savings and service.
I don't know. I think Seth is a little bit more entertaining than watching grass grow. Just a little. Reminds me of customers at my restaurant, because my restaurant's completely outdoors. You know, and so at night, sometimes it gets a little, you know, chillier. If it's a cloudy day, it might be like 68 degrees or maybe 70 degrees. And somebody will come in and be like, I want to sit somewhere where it's not freezing. I'm like, oh, I didn't know 69 degrees was freezing. I wouldn't go that far. Or if somebody's really hungry, I'm literally starving to death. No, you're not. Oh god, they got Braun tied up to a 18-wheeler and he's dragging it.
Now he is roped to a tractor trailer. From what we understand, weighs 17,000 pounds. That is 8.5 tons. Strowman now trying to move this tractor trailer, and it took him a while to get warmed up. It took him a while to actually get this tractor trailer moving. It took him a while, but Braun stayed.
I just hate these stupid, like, camera tricks. Like, do they think anybody's like, oh, whoa, he's really pulling that, he's real strong. What is Steve Blackman doing these days? Thank you for that super chat, Scott. That would be cool for him to make a cameo. Like, just in all the commotion backstage during the 24/7 shit. Just there he is, and he just kicks somebody and pins him, and he's the champ. That would be great. I'd be totally in favor of that. Whatever he's up to these days, I wish Blackman well. I always liked him. Oh. Miz, are you going to win this thing? Raw is literally killing me. What up, Catherine? Of course we'll keep you company. Get your abs on. So far, not too much of a shitstorm. Got an Extreme Rules main event announced. Mixed tag with Becky and Seth against Corbin and Lacey. Not a huge surprise there. Miz and Carmella are coming out here for Miz TV. Or what did I say? Miz and Carmella? R-Truth and Carmella, excuse me, are coming out to Miz and TV. And Truth has got his clock belt. He's checking under the ring for Hornswoggles and Titus O'Neil's. And Boogeyman.
You can relax. I have confirmed with WWE officials that the 24/7 championship rules will be suspended during the course of this interview. So come on in, take a seat. That's good news, Truth.
Carmella, why are you wearing my underwear on your head?
Now a 7-time 24/7 champion.
How did you get it?
You know, it's been a little over a month since the 24/7 championship has been into existence. A little over a month. A little over a month of mobs of superstars grabbing a referee.
Damn, Mike Witt, that would be an interesting swerve. Thank you for another super chat. Having Bray show up and help Roman. And have the Eater of Worlds destroy the best in the world? Maybe. Roman and wacky Bray Wyatt alliance seems out there.
Airplane 37,000 feet in the air over the Red Sea, a crowded elevator, but the wildest scene, in my mind, to ever take place, took place this past Thursday. Let's take a look.
These poor wrestlers have to get married on Thursdays and shit. Oh no, last Friday, never mind.
Powers vested in me. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.
I don't even know who she is. Somebody said she's a wrestler? Losing a belt at your wedding, man. Crazy. I mean, if it's that easy to fool R-Truth, all you have to say is like, hey, don't worry, the 24/7 rule is suspended for the next 5 minutes. Vince told me. The Truth would be like, all right, and then you just pin him. R-Truth is the best.
A man's wedding. Really? 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 And you're supporting this?
Savages.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for the super chat, Chris. Oh, God, Mount Rushmore of tag teams. Hearts, Bulldogs, LOD, Dudleys. Hey, that's pretty good.
Joe, bro, you heard? I haven't been able to eat, drink, or be married.
R-Truth hasn't been able to be merry, and that sucks.
I can't go
Because we all want R-Truth to be merry. I do.
go to picnics without having to look over my back. I even got WWE superstars showing up at my crib. My house.
Oh, crib means house, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Like the police. Sir, please turn your music down. Sir, your car is on fire. Yeah. You heard? Bro, I'm smarter than that.
R-Truth, I want to be roommates with you. I want to live in the same dwelling as you. And have breakfast together, because you're awesome.
Look, what Truth is trying to say is that interrupting Drake Maverick's wedding might seem a bit extreme. It just goes to show how
I said the other night, eventually,
titleist to Truth
if we get 5 years down the road, people are going to die as champion, and they're going to dig up the corpse and pin the corpse to win the belt. It'll happen. Oh, somebody's going to cut a promo, but it's somebody we don't... Oh, there's Drake. He's still in his wedding clothes, and he's wearing a headband.
24/7 championship
Like a little Rambo.
was the biggest moment of my career. And my wedding day was supposed to be the biggest moment of my entire life. And you ruined it.
How dumb are these wrestlers? Why do they act like it's the last time they'll ever be champion?
My wife won't talk to me. My wife won't go on our honeymoon with me.
We know you haven't.
We haven't even consummated the marriage.
No shit. We knew that. You've been freaking out about that belt.
Fiber is good for that.
Fiber? I don't know if fiber is good for that.
He said his marriage was constipated.
Oh.
I'm trying to help him out. Listen.
I'm trying to help him out. You don't want to eat a bunch of fiber before sexy time. It's not advisable.
Truth, I'm out here.
Oh, he's wearing his tie. I thought it was like a real Rambo headband.
Just you and me, one-on-one. No shenanigans, nobody else.
No shenanigans.
Right now on Monday Night Raw, so I can win back the love of my life.
Truth, come on. He just wants to win back his wife. Come on.
No, no. I'm not talking about my wife. I'm talking about the WWE 24/7 Championship. Wait. I'm getting information in my ear. Truth, if you accept Drake's challenge right here, right now for the 24/7 title, then no other competitors will interfere. The competitors are banned from ringside during that match.
Well, then it's not a 24/7 rule. It's a 23-hour and 45-minute /7 rule. So this is bullshit. The title belt is a lie.
You know what? Hornswoggle, you got your man.
Ever the fighting champion.
Get a referee out here. The 24/7 champion.
Look at the shape R-Truth is in to be 50 years old. Jesus.
24/7 championship match.
All right, so an actual match. Yeah, how'd you like to have Vince in an earpiece talking to you all the time? That'd be fun. Remember how I said last night that I never saw like Toy Stories and shit? And everybody's like, well, you're crazy. You want to hear something even crazier? I never saw Lion King either. And they've done a remake here.
In Ireland, the highest form of compliment in any pub is an insult. So I'm considered quite complimentary.
Fuck you, Conor McGregor.
For upper number 12, Irish whiskey.
All right, well, we still got 200 folks in here. That's not bad. Oh, man, the likes are shit, though. If you could hook me up with a like, I'd appreciate it. Since we're on a commercial, there's nothing better to do, right? Might as well like the video.
Monthly service fee. So you have
More money for your barbecue?
I don't know. Truth isn't in his 50s, but he's getting he's late 40s. I'm almost certain of it. He's an old man. He looks great. Black don't crack. That's what all my friends tell me. 47. Yeah, thank you. He looks great. Dude looks great.
Give extra, get extra with new Extra Refreshers gum. With Domino's carry-out insurance, we'll
Colin, I don't think I've ever seen any Disney film in the cinema. I went,
even if it's not your fault.
no Disney film in the cinema. I only saw Disney films because I had two younger sisters, and they had all like the big, like clamshell VHS cassette tapes. So they watched all that shit, like the Little Mermaids and stuff. But by the time the Lion King came around, I was either in high school or out of high school. I was pretty old by the time the Lion King came around, so I never just saw it. But when I was younger, and we just had, back in the day, and most families just had one TV, maybe two, they'd always have that shit on. So I just end up seeing the movies over the years. But by the time Lion King came out, I was already doing my own thing and not really hanging out with him. Hey, I'm just a couple of years younger than R-Truth, so, I mean, that's my age bracket there. So a lot of this stuff was just, I was too old by the time it came out. I know everybody's waiting for Carmella to pin R-Truth, and it'll happen. They should build to it or do something fun. I mean, I don't know if they'll turn it into a thing and they'll make it what divides them and separates them, or if they'll make it just a funny moment. Like Carmella will pin him, and then she'll be like, well, hey, I guess I'm the champion now. And then R-Truth will, like, not know what to do. But I think, if we're going to see Becky and Seth and Corbin and Lacey maybe Extreme Rules. If you're going to do a Carmella winning the title, maybe that happens at Extreme Rules too. So it can be at a pay-per-view where WWE feels they have a little bit more flexibility with the rules. I don't know why it would matter which show you do it on, but if they want to test the waters of an intergender match or some sort of intergender combat, Extreme Rules might be a good place to dip your toes in the water kind of thing. All right, here we go. A match in the ring. Drake still wearing his wedding clothes from several days ago. Oh, terrible. Oh, and Truth beat him in this quickest squash match in history. Oh, Lord, here comes Titus and everybody. Yeah, Lion King out in 94. Yeah, I would have been like a senior. So, yeah. Grand Metalik is going after this thing. We got a few more. We got Lucha Party out there. Have Lucha Party been chasing this belt around? No way, Jose. There's Alexander. Oh! That's it. No. Damn, Truth took a solid kick to the face. You alright, Truth? And Carmella's on his back. Well, at least Truth's alright. He's strong enough to carry Carmella out of there. And he's being chased by a lot of people. Just seeing EC3 tagging along there. Oh, Drake. Maybe he'll get on the mic and lose his smile and go home. Oh, hey, Charlie.
First it was your wedding that was ruined. You lost your title. Where do you
I
go?
like your Bret Hart outfit there, Charlie. Is he going to quit? Retire?
I know it's rough. Anything you can say right now?
Oh. Nice job. Most people aren't this sad when they get married there, Drake. Maybe you realized what's in your future. Poor Hornswoggle. He failed to capture the TV title again. He's probably just going to jump ship now and go to WCW. That would be funny if R-Truth said that. That's what they should do with R-Truth. He should be talking to somebody like EC3 or some other like talent that we know is being underutilized, disgruntled, whatever, and say to them in a promo on Raw, he'd say, you know what? You should jump ship to the competition. And then the fans will ooh and ah, but instead of All Elite Wrestling, R-Truth says, you should jump to WCW and go work on Nitro or something. How come they haven't done that yet? I think that would be funny. Yeah, that's what I think he should do. I think he should tell Drake to go to WCW. Nice. Thanks for getting them likes up for me, y'all. I appreciate it. Pretty decent audience in here tonight. Let me see. Check what's going on Twitter. Oh, God, I haven't checked Twitter. Oh, shit. Are you sending me more weird shit like last night? Oh, Lord. Couple of screenshots. One of them is dressed like Randy Savage. Oh, that's from you, Joey. Oh, you even put a hat on Lacey? You've changed up my whole thing. Jump ship to AWA. That would be even funnier. If R-Truth told Drake to go to the AWA,
I'm getting a new shishi or
I'm going to go to the Beer WA and grab myself a fresh one.
shishi.
I'll be back in like 10 seconds. Don't worry. You don't have to leave or anything.
Home insurance trusted by more people than any other. State Farm. Our everyday diet is very acidic. It can cause damage to the enamel. With the new Pro Enamel Repair toothpaste, we can help actively repair enamel in a weakened state. It's innovative. With Pro Enamel Repair, more minerals are able to enter deep into the enamel surface. The fact that you have
I'm back.
the opportunity to repair
I
what's
am
already
back.
been damaged, it's amazing.
Perfect night tonight. It's beautiful weather. We've got, it's really bright on the screen. Last night I used my new camera that I bought. It's supposed to be a 4K camera, but I haven't bought my new computer yet, and I don't have any software downloaded for it, so I don't think I'm able to push it to its full potential. But I tried it out last night for the stream, and it was fine. I just really didn't like the lighting on it, so I went back to my other one for tonight because I'm used to it. But I'm going to try to work on that with the new computer and improve some of that too. Remember last week I was telling you guys about... Oh, hey, look at that. Joe Cronin in the house. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you in here, baby doll. What are you up to tonight on this Raw? I know you'll be going live later for Insanity. Yeah, I always like it when Joe stops in here. You do that every now and then. I always watch your shit late at night, too, because you're awesome, dude. You're, like, on the East Coast, but you stay up the same hours that I do. So it can be, like, 3 in the morning here in California, and there you are, fucking streaming. I love it. So, hope you're doing well, man. Say hi to the family for me. No, Charles, there is not a mixed match tonight. It's going to be at Extreme Rules, and Seth and Becky's belts are both on the line. And it might be WWE's way of maybe, you know, like I said, dipping their toes in the water of some intergender combat. And if they want to test that out at Extreme Rules, that might be what this is about. They might even be saving that Carmella 24/7 title change for Extreme Rules as well. Thanks for that buck, Joe Cronin. You're the best. Leading the invasion. All right, they're recapping the opening segment there. And so with Becky and Seth, I'm wondering, you know, does one of them lose the belt? Causing a conflict between the two of them? Like, I don't know which way they could go here. Seth, though, I'm almost certain, has got to go into SummerSlam as champion. So if either one of these two are losing their belts, I think it might be Becky. Mike, thanks for another one, dude. You're awesome. You're calling it now the first AEW show on TNT. Nakamura does like Lex Luger on the first Nitro and shows up on the show. Imagine a Punk and Naka feud. Well, that all depends on what's going on with Nakamura. I have no clue what's left on his contract. I'm sure that stuff is public knowledge. We can probably find out. But that scenario cannot happen if contractually he's not capable of doing that. You know, Lex was lucky. Lex had kind of like a handshake type of deal with them. Kind of like Rick Rude. Things were different back then. Naka would have to be free and clear in order to make that happen. I don't think he will be. Why am I re-listening to Baron Corbin's promo? Like I give a shit what this guy's saying. F off, Baron Corbin. Yeah, true that, Joe. I think it was like a couple years ago, maybe even 2 or 3 years ago now. I did your show once, and I remember it was so primitive back then. I was on the phone. I remember calling you and doing that, not even having like the Skype set up. So yeah, we got to do something. I pitched the idea of having like you know, like Legends House on the network, doing that, but with like YouTubers like you and me and I don't know, like 5 or 6 others. Put us all in a house, film it, and put it on YouTube. How fun would that be?
Look, as long as we keep our head in the game, we'll be all right.
I know we will, but everybody seems to think Seth Rollins is some kind of Superman.
Well, even Superman has his kryptonite. We both know that it's Becky Lynch.
Oh, that's such a terrible line.
Care of that man.
Even Superman has his kryptonite.
Become champions.
All right, when are the two of these guys? When are y'all two gonna start fucking? Lacey, in my opinion, you can do better. But whatever. Oh, I thought this was the main event. Guess not. We're getting the mixed tag now, top of the first hour. Or top of the second hour, excuse me. I guess that might mean Rico Chet and AJ going to be the main event, which, fine with me. I mean, Greg on Monetize This. I don't know. I think I'm a better audience member of Monetize This. I think I'd be scared and might need a hug after that. I might feel, I don't know, slightly violated too. I don't know if I can handle. I don't know if I can handle it. Thank you, Brett. You're the man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you to everybody that always does. You guys are the best. I always like hanging out here on Mondays and watching these Raws with you. I've been tossing around the idea, though. I was going to let you guys know this, too. I was thinking about maybe not reacting to all the pay-per-views and start going back to my old way of watching them and then doing a live show after a recap show. Just thinking about it. Not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but maybe for Extreme Rules, I'll try that. It's all part of my just new ideas for the summer. I'm getting everything ready for my fall schedule. I mean, you're going to get me live on pay-per-view nights one way or the other, but I thought maybe a post-show would be better. Because if I'm up here reacting to the whole thing, a lot of times I'm tired by the time it's over and I don't want to stay up and talk about the show. Shane, you sweaty bastard. I hate you. Morgan ties this. That's funny. I mean, yeah, Shane's in great shape just for being a dude who's 50 years old. We know that. I've just been in. What are you talking about? Oh, I was like, aren't they? Isn't that what we are doing? So this was supposed to be a tag, like they tag in and out. So it's just going to be a handicap triple threat, sort of. Okay. Yeah, Texas Tornado rules. Any way you want to slice it. Oh my God, Michael Cole. You have to scream big dog? It's better enough when you say big dog. When you scream it like some sort of a maniac. What's that trick? Is it's Visine in the water, right? Makes you shit your pants. I would dump a whole bottle of Visine in Michael Cole's drink. Just let him shit his pants all during Raw, right next to Renee. I would love that. That would be so much more satisfying than punching him in the face. I don't know. If I had my choice of watching paint dry or watching Roman, I'm picking Roman. Hell, if I have the option to watch paint dry or watch Corbin, I'm picking Corbin. But if I have a choice to listen to Michael Cole and watch paint dry, I'm picking paint dry. Just so we're clear. Last night, the Photoshops were getting out of control. I think I was Bret Hart, I was a cowboy, I was all sorts of different stuff. All right, Daniel, 20 minutes, but starting now. Like, seriously. It's 6:05 my time. If you are not back in here by 6:25, you're blocked. Don't make me ask you again. So make sure you're here. Or it's going to be curtains for old Trill. Corey and Renee could switch outfits and no one would notice. True that. Very true. They dress very much alike. Corey and his little V-necks. Oh my god. Nice, Chris. Interview for a promotion in San Diego tomorrow. Good luck. Get that. Get your promotion on. San Diego's a great place to live. Sting vs. Taker, paint dry. Oh, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Pass. Yeah, this is all John Moxley's fault. If he wouldn't have left, he could be out there helping Roman right now. Roman should show up in All Elite Wrestling and attack him for not having his back on Raw. There's a Claymore. Well, they've laid out Roman here pretty easily. Mike, thanks for the $2. Extreme Rules match. GoodMicWork versus Michael Cole. Who wins? I do not want to have that match because what will wind up happening is I'm going to probably accidentally kill him because I don't know my own strength. And then he'll die, and I'll be taken to court, and they'll put me in jail, and then I can't stream on Mondays. So, and the only people that really truly suffer there are you guys, the audience, not being able to watch me because I'll be in the clink. So I better not face Michael Cole because, you know, he'll die. Another Claymore. Is somebody going to help poor Roman, like Heath Slater, or somebody else that... Undertaker? No. Why in the world would Undertaker be here? Damn, look at him stretching him out like this. That's random as hell. I wish I wouldn't have gotten that spoiled. What the fuck? He's here to protect Roman Reigns? What's this about? Chokeslam Shane. Yeah, McIntyre, that's a better opponent for Undertaker than fucking Goldberg. Damn, Taker's got some bald spot going on back there. That is really interesting. And why is he helping out? That's interesting. Ooh, I've never heard Roman or Taker groan before when he does that pose. But why did he like come out and save Roman? That made no sense. That was out of nowhere. And what's it going to lead to? Tag match? Well, hey, look at this. If Undertaker's back and he's doing something with Shane McMahon, what does that mean that Shane McMahon is not doing? Doing something with the title. Because we all been worried about Shane getting the belt. Now Taker's here helping out Roman Reigns for some reason. Unless it's going to lead to another match between Roman and Taker. You don't think they do that, do you? Weird. Okay. Undertaker's back.
I wish everyone loved each other and was always a great wish, Jim.
Get a bacon double stack with a quarter pound of fresh beef, nuggets, fries, and a drink for just $5. Wendy's Biggie Bag is everything you
fricas.
Reading a DM real quick. Okay, that works. Random ratings ploy could be. That's just not who I would have expected in my head to show up and help out Roman. Okay. And I don't know what the hell it could possibly mean. Why is he getting involved in this? Is it just going to lead to a tag between Roman and Taker and Shane and McIntyre? Why would they do that? Is it going to lead to another match between Taker and Shane? Is it going to lead to another match between Taker and Roman? Is it going to lead to a match between Taker and Drew, and maybe Drew beats him and gives Drew a little bit of rub, beating a legend like that? Got to do something with him at this point. He's already lost a couple times to Roman. Yeah, Mike, it was sweet. I'd much rather see Taker in this environment than what he was doing at Super Showdown. In the worst match of all time with Goldberg. Made fucking Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior Halloween Havoc look like the Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12. That's how bad that match was. And I'm sure even though on the surface, you know, we're all saying like, well, what the hell does this mean? They'll likely tell us, you know, if Taker's going to be back on TV. Maybe next week he cuts a promo and tells us why he came out there and did what he did. But right now, on the surface, I kind of agree. It doesn't make a ton of sense. Maybe Taker was just in town. Yeah, maybe just took a little trip up to Washington. Could be. No, they probably had plans to use him. Yeah, and with Undertaker, if he's going to be back around a little bit, I'm wondering if Bray Wyatt and him cross paths at all. Yeah, Joey, I guess I never put that together. I didn't realize that Taker and Roman's last match was in the same building as Flair and Shawn's. It was. That's right. Completely forgot about that. Interesting.
Moments ago on Monday Night Raw, it was a 2-on-1 handicap match. Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. First Shane mocking Reigns, delivering a spear to a...
All right, they're going to show the replay of this now. Daniel, welcome back. You're back early. You missed a lot. Like, a lot. Shane's going for the coast to coast. And then, dong. Undertaker comes out for some reason. Beats the shit out of Shane and McIntyre and saves Roman Reigns. You know, what also might be fun is I wouldn't mind if, like, it didn't mean anything. If this is just something that The Undertaker does for, like, the next few months. Like, every, 8, 9, 10 weeks, he just shows up, randomly saving somebody, and then goes away. We don't see him again. Because I pitched the idea of him finally retiring, like, officially retiring, for real, never to wrestle again, at the Survivor Series a year from now, in 2020. You've made it 29 years. What's one more year at this point? When you're already clearly way past your prime, is one more year going to make a difference? Can you possibly suck any worse? No. So if they can just kind of kill some time until a year and a half from now and have him retire in 2020, maybe this is a way to kind of keep him on TV every now and then, have him appear, but also not having him in any meaningful long-term storylines either. Just having him be a presence. But I have a feeling it means something. It's going to lead to a match. Oh, God. Tug of war time, y'all. Tug of war time. Tell you what, one thing about tug of wars in wrestling, they have been a thing since before I was fucking born, man. They've always done this. They've done arm wrestling matches, too. Dating way back. So this is really nothing that new. It's just dumb. I know Andre did a bunch of tug of wars. All right, pretty solid audience in here. All right. Y'all hang tight. I'll be right back while Braun is making his way to the ring. I have a feeling we're going to get a commercial anyway, and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go feed the hog and, you know, that sort of thing. Tend to the chickens. All right. Oh, the tail of the tape. That's nice. Tug of war time, y'all. Yippee.
Intensity between these two men.
And now Strowman and Lashley set for the tug of war here tonight as Strowman is fired up.
Bobby Lashley's ready to get some work done.
Yeah, my stream is not going to sync up to yours there, Terran Rocks. There's already a natural delay just in this stream. And then if you add another 30 seconds that I might be behind or ahead, I'm definitely not going to be synced up with yours. So stupid. Lashley's winning it. Like, how can you pull a truck, but you can't pull Lashley? Don't be fall. Oh, his foot's on the line. Does that count? So stupid. Did Mark Henry and Sheamus do this? I don't even remember that, but yeah, it sounds like it. Lots of people have had tug of wars. I want to say that back in the day, what was it? I want to say that the WWF roster had a tug of war against the WBF guys. It was either that or maybe it wasn't the WBF guys. It might have been like the fire department or something. How Wheezy, what's up, man? Good to see you. Oh, you're at work? That sucks. Just stopping by to say what's up. Well, thanks for the super chat, man. It's all good. Sorry you couldn't be with us. You've missed some weird stuff tonight. Ooh. Yeah, we might be getting a bull rope match of some kind, or a strap match, or something like that. It's going to be a gimmick something. They're setting up for Extreme Rules because of all these silly-ass skits. It's like Bobby Lashley always does shit like this. He did the same thing with Sami Zayn, obstacle courses, and... Ugh. Speaking of Sami, he's wrestling Kofi. I completely forgot about that match that was announced. Yeah, Andre had a tug of war against a bunch of people.
United States champion Ricochet. Styles and Ricochet live tonight on Monday Night Raw.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Charlie, one of my favorite dresses of yours.
AJ.
Tribute to Bret Hart. Well done, Caruso.
AJ, welcome back. It's your first day back since your injury, so how you feeling?
Ready to go. Ready to get back in the ring. Rehab went unbelievable.
AJ, look, I'd love to hear more about your recovery, maybe a little bit later, but right now...
What'd you interrupt him for, Charlie?
Challenge Ricochet, the new United States champion, on your first day back.
Well, sitting at home was killing me. You see, I was ready to get back in the ring and battle against the best that WWE has to offer. And as of last night, the United States champion, Ricochet,
Oh, God.
that he had
No way Jose's coming around.
incredible. You gotta be kidding me.
Gallows and Anderson are with him. Oh, we got Gallows and Anderson and the Viking Raiders. AJ's pissed at them for being in the conga line.
We haven't talked about this. You, Mr. Chatterbox, talked a lot about this. We're at the top of our game, right? Oh yeah, you're at the top of your game. Like last week when you lost your match. I mean, come on, guys. Where's the Gallows and Anderson that I met in Japan? Where's the Gallows and Anderson that when we came to the WWE, we were taking over? Where's the Gallows and Anderson?
I don't know if Yoko did a tug of war. I'm not remembering it. He may have, though.
What happened?
Wouldn't rule it out.
What happened to you?
It's not in my memory, though.
Those two guys are gonna go out there and prove you wrong right now.
I remember in a Coliseum video, Gene Okerlund went and visited Fuji and Yoko, and they basically just sat there and watched Yokozuna eat. Like bowls of rice.
For so long, I didn't deserve to be here. And that was... Sorry.
This is tonight, I think, this Alexa Bliss one. I'd be mildly interested in this. I'll watch it. Maybe not immediately tonight, but I'll pull it up. Bring back the Viking experience. Well, they are. I think they have the next match. Oh, yeah, they're the Viking Raiders now. Sorry. Time to crack a tall boy. I don't drink any tall boys these days. I'm getting old, man. Still just rocking the Stellas.
Exactly is Miss Pearson going to be doing for you? Is it legal?
What happens if the truth comes out? Nothing's coming out. You got some ball showing up here. The mayor just hired her to be his wife. That's horse are already getting a lot of heat. I didn't know how you wanted me to feel. Out of your mind. So what is she doing for you?
You brought me in, Mr. Mayor.
She was a lawyer.
This is happening because of you. I would probably...
You're crazy, but I admire it. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a little crazy.
The only thing better than Popeye's Big Box is my $10 bigger box. Share 4 pieces of my chicken or 6 tenders, any 2 sides, and 2 biscuits with whoever. Plus 2 pies. Popeyes.
Yeah, just a random Ken Kennedy, some random Ken Kennedy praise. Sure. Thought Kennedy did have potential. I think WWE liked him, and then just things happened. I mean, he was a guy, to me, it felt like they were really going to push hard. I think they saw a little bit of Stone Cold in him. He was good on the mic, good character, and they had big plans for him, but things went awry for old Anderson. I'd like to see Adam Rose return and have some sort of a feud with No Way Jose. No Way Rose. Shout out to whoever said that earlier. But I mean, that's probably my biggest thing I hate about No Way Jose. It is literally the exact... I mean, it's basically like having the fake Diesel or fake Razor. You made the exact same gimmick as Adam Rose. There's literally nothing different about it. A bunch of shitheads in dumb costumes dancing behind you. Same thing. I just can't believe they did it. so close after. You know, it's not like this was like years ago and they're trying to, you know, revamp it or, you know, give it a different twist or something. It's like the exact, they just replaced one dude with another. It's so dumb.
It's free, it's fun, it's super simple, and it's safe. Why wouldn't I use it? Sign up for rebates, get cash back. It's awesome.
Did Adam Rose officially retire? I didn't hear that. Nikki Bella was the only one I had heard. Not surprising. I didn't know what he was really left to do for him. You know, it didn't work out for him. He was already late 30s when he was there. You know, his window's kind of closing. Wish him well, though.
You can lead an Irishman to water. But don't try and put it in history.
God, Conor McGregor, you're awful.
Irish whiskey. Slow it down.
I don't know if there's going to be any more Bray hints or not. I hope so. I hope we do see a few. That'd be nice. Keep him coming. He doesn't necessarily have to debut tonight, although he might. I'd keep doing that a little bit, though. I think that's kind of fun, having one of those puppets peek out from behind the scenes somewhere backstage. Something we have to kind of look for. Maybe even make them more subtle to where only a few fans catch it. And do that every week. And it'll be a reason for us to, like, tune in to see where we can see the hints, you know? Yeah, maybe at some point you even have some hint at a date or a debut. Somebody's walking down the hall and there's just a little sign there that says, like, 8/16 or, you know, some date on it. And that turns out to be the date that he shows up on Raw or pay-per-view or whatever. Who are they wrestling? Oh, yeah, Viking Boys. I forgot. Yeah, I'd hate to be a wrestler like No Way Jose because you've been dealt the shittiest possible gimmick you could ever ask for. You have absolutely no room for advancement, improvement, or to move up the card. It's just not going to be in the cards for you. And that's some guy's job. That's what some people are hired and brought on to do. And that's his role. Oh, man, who would... Scott Moss, that's a tough one. Thanks for the $2. Who would win Ultimate Warrior versus Sting, both in 1990? Damn. You know, Sting's a better wrestler. You know, if that's a wrestling match, Sting is 10 times better and by far technically should win a match like that. But based on where they were at the time, Sting was a former world champion. He had big victories in the company over guys like Ric Flair and Vader maybe and... whoever the fuck else by the time we got to 1990. But nobody had ever done to Hogan in 6 years as champion what Warrior did. And that win at WrestleMania in front of that crowd in 1990 was much bigger, I think, than anything Sting did. And Sting did some pretty big shit. But the year is what's given the nod to the Ultimate Warrior on that. If it was 91, 92, any other year other than 1990, Scott, I'm picking Sting. But in 1990, Warrior all the way. Dude was the hottest dude in the world.
I think everybody needs a reminder of just who these guys are.
A big, bad, nasty, and Gallows with a point of the elbow right into the chest.
Making an example of the Viking Raiders.
I'm guessing the Gallows and Anderson are going to continue to lose here, and AJ is going to continue to give him shit. See, I know that it looks like this right now, but you're saying, oh, what a waste of Gallows and Anderson. Yeah, that's been true up until now, but look at what we're seeing right now. We're watching Gallows and Anderson in the ring. AJ Styles, the top guy, is showing an interest in what they're doing, talking about their history in Japan. They're not just doing this for no reason. I have a feeling this is going to lead to something. And you might take a couple of losses by Gallows and Anderson first to get there. So let's say they lose here, and the fans are like, oh, they're so poorly used. And then next week, AJ gives them more shit, says to get their act together, and eventually they might form a Bullet Club formation or faction of some kind in the company. if they don't opt to not sign new contracts and leave. It might be a part of WWE wanting to keep them around, because even though WWE has no use for Gallows and Anderson, clearly, creatively, they haven't done anything for them, they also probably don't want these guys jumping over to All Elite Wrestling with a live mic, talking about all the bullshit they had to put up with in WWE, and both of them, you know, are going to go on Jericho's podcast and go everywhere else and talk about how stupid everybody is in WWE and how poorly they were used. That might be motivation enough for WWE right there to say, okay, what's it going to take you? What's it going to take to keep you here? Do you want money? Do you want creative direction? What are we going to do? And that might be stuff we start seeing WWE promise guys in order to see them, in order to get them to stick around. So the fact that they're now interacting with AJ on TV, I think is good, and it's promising, and it may very well lead to something after they suffer a couple of losses here on TV. So I'm optimistic. If not, I guess they don't resign and they head off to All Elite. Either way, I'm happy. Either way, for us, it's a win-win. You keep them in WWE and actually use them meaningfully, sure, they can stay there. But if not, let them go to All Elite so they can kick ass over there. And that's it. Anderson pinned. I mean, hell, this also could be the beginning of a loser leaves town match. I mean, if these guys are actually leaving, they could job a bunch of times. And then maybe AJ gives them more shit and says, you know what? If you guys really don't want to be here, if you really don't want to, you know, take this seriously, then maybe you should just have a match. And if you don't win this one, maybe you should leave the company and do something like that. And maybe AJ is the one to actually kick him out the door. Kind of like how Gorilla kicked out Bobby Heenan. If you're going to get thrown out the back door, you might as well have your friend do it. So yeah, like I said, win-win. Alexa, you do not look horrible. C-Mac, thanks for the $2, dude. Oh, here comes Nikki to apologize. Why'd you even get in the ring, Nikki, you dumbass? She just... Bailey was out, and then Nikki just inexplicably comes in there and grabs her foot. I'm telling you, I would love it if it turns out that Alexa is telling the truth. I would love that. Double turn. Travis, you need to read the bottom of the screen. I don't like a woman telling me she's got a bigger box. Good for you. Keep it away from me. C-Mac, yeah, we got a bunch of shit happening, man. Main event for Extreme Rules has been announced. Mixed tag. Becky and Seth against Corbin and Lacey, and Becky and Seth's belts are both on the line. We have The Undertaker return tonight randomly out of nowhere to save Roman Reigns from being annihilated by Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. That was surprising as hell. Other than that, that's about it so far. We've got Sami Zayn and Kofi Kingston yet to come, and we've got AJ Styles and Ricochet as well. So we got a couple of good matches left. Oh, and we had Miz TV with R-Truth, and as Miz was walking to the ring, backstage, you saw Bray Wyatt's Abby the Witch doll lurking in the shadows or in the background. So they're starting to tease a Bray Wyatt appearance. He could come out tonight. He very well could. If it's up to me, I'm waiting. And I'm dragging this out. I'm having the Buzzard show up next week behind the scenes somewhere. I'm dropping clues. I'm dropping hints. And I'm making them more and more subtle as we go. And then eventually Bray Wyatt surfaces on TV. But they could rush the whole thing and just put him on TV tonight. We'll see. We got an hour and a half left of the show. Halfway through, guys. Alexa has a nice spine. That's funny. Who was she dating? Didn't she break up with someone? What was her deal? I forgot who. One of the... Was it Buddy Murphy? I forgot. Wasn't that nice? Cabernet Sauvignon. Actually, Josh Sellers' wine is not bad. I've carried that on my list a couple times. We sell it for about 14 bucks a glass. Not horrible. I hate this music. Murphy, yeah. Good for Buddy. All right, still solid audience in here, about 250 folks. Not too bad for what I'm used to here. So if y'all would smash that thumbs up, get me up to like 200, I'd appreciate it. Might as well. We got some commercials happening. Might as well use your finger. And subscribe, by the way. Trying to get these subscribers to grow this summer. Oh, and check out my video that I released this morning on WWE's pay-per-view schedule and how to fix that. The link is right up there in the top right-hand corner. Like 20 minutes long, mic drop. Talked about lightening up the crazy pay-per-view schedule a little bit and try to make things a little bit easier to follow for the fans and everybody. Oh God, what is this? Natalia, I cannot take you seriously when you're wearing that shit on your head. It drives me crazy. Like, who walks around with, like, you look like a fucking moron. Like it's my rabbit ears or bunny ears or... Naomi, you look like a killer bee.
What is this? What, last night was us against the world and you're talking behind my back with some Neon Bailey buddy?
Neon Bailey buddy.
Like, that's any better.
Oh, just relax, all y'all. Before we have a tag team match here. I think we should have one.
Let her learn the hard way.
Yeah.
As for you, you deserve all this glow. And tonight, I'm gonna give it to you.
Ew.
Let's go, man.
So we got one-on-one, Alexa and Naomi tonight? Okay. Oh yeah, Heath Slater and Mojo had some sort of a run-in. Oh, there's R-Truth. He's back. Thank God, we're saved. And here comes the 8 morons chasing him. Like, if I was one of the 8 people in chasing him, I'd, like, go the other direction and try to cut him off. Mojo Rawley, you look like you got that. You know when you put those little blue pods in your toilet? Looks like you got some blue toilet water splashed right on his face. And Slater is the new champ. Good job. You got kids. I have a feeling you're not walking out of this arena with that belt, though. Oh, here's EC3. Go, EC. Or go, Slater. Oh, you're fucked. You're fucked like a stray dog in Chinatown. There we go. Down it goes. Truth's gonna win it back. What a great champion R-Truth is. We should just call him R-Truth San Martino. Get out of there, man. Before Cedric gets you. Damn, Truth taking a lumbar check at his age? Took it hard, too. All right, that's our 3rd title change of the night here. Come on, Truth. You got to leave tonight with that belt. I don't care about this belt if you don't hold it. Thank you, Scott Moss, for the super chat. Glad you liked the pay-per-view video there. War Games is already back. I don't need it on the main roster. They'll ruin it. I'm cool with that sticking around in NXT. And EC3 is now the 24/7 champion. Hey, look, it's the only belt you're ever going to win in this company. Savor it. Look, Carmelo's got it. Oh, there. Yes, he's going to lose it. Go. Go. Run. R-Truth is a 9-time. So he just won the belt twice in that one segment. That's hilarious. Oh, EC3. Too bad. EC3, you should go back to WCW. Poor Slater. His kids were so happy for like 10 seconds.
WWE Network. Want to show you some of the highlights of the match between Ricochet and then champion Samoa Joe. So much is made of the high-flying tactics of Ricochet. That's when it all came down to the real game changer for Ricochet, sticking with what he knows, the aerial attack, able to survive the onslaught of Samoa Joe.
I was surprised Ricochet got the win last night. Kind of makes me wonder what they're going to do with Joe, unless he resurfaces here in this match and interferes and we don't get a finish, which I think is likely. Who's this person?
Please welcome the new United States champion, Ricochet.
Either I'm a sexist pig, or every week there's a different girl interviewing motherfuckers back here.
What does it mean to
And I can't tell them apart.
championship in WWE?
Honestly, I don't know how it feels or what it means because it's still all sinking in. I'm trying to let it all digest, you know.
Oh, you're fine. It's just the U.S. belt. It means nothing, Ricochet. Just chill out.
I can tell you that it's a feeling that I don't want to go away, and I'm willing to do anything that I can to make sure that it does not.
Keep away from Ricochet's fingers. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that until last night, and then somebody kind of told me that something happens with him, and I don't want to even know, so I'll just stop talking.
To get me here. But that was last night. And tonight, I face someone who I've looked up to my entire career.
Jamie Roy, you're uneducated. Misspells your and calls someone else uneducated.
I mean, we're not always the strongest or the biggest, but we'll be the first ones into the fight. And tonight, I intend to prove that I'm worthy to hold this championship. Ricochet and AJ Styles a bit later on tonight, but coming up next is
You're uneducated.
the magical ride continues of the WWE champion.
I could roll up a bunch of my ass hairs in a Taco Bell napkin, and they'll be more educated than you. So go F yourself, you little prick. Kofi's getting his pancakes ready. I love that that's like top list on his priorities. Before a big match on TV, and you're the world champion. I gotta make sure all these pancakes on this tray are in a perfect circle. And if one of them is out of place or askew, it's gonna ruin my day, man. You just can't go. You can't be just going out to the ring with imperfect pancakes. It's not what a professional does. Gotta get your shit straight.
Man, we're killing it over here, huh? Not sorry. Reese's.
Gatorade packs carbs to refuel and electrolytes to replenish. So you can bring the heat. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Is it hard to watch this after losing?
I retired.
Right, after you lost.
I retired.
Did they give you a watch or did you lose that too?
Shut up.
Still, what's going on?
Have you taken the scalper off? We're on like cop mission. It's gonna be uber fun. Do so crazy!
Oh, is a joke on my sexist remark? Do you always misspell jokes? Oh yeah, because I said the women, I can't tell them apart. Yeah, I can't. I absolutely cannot. Sometimes I feel like I know Kayla, and I know Kathy, and I know Charlie, but I have no idea who that is, and every week there seems to be like another one. I'm like, do they have like a pen of women and they just pull one out? I'm kidding. It's the same thing with the dudes. I can't tell the difference between them either. I still don't know the difference between Tom Phillips and the other one. That looks like him. The one that Jericho and Owens can't tell who's who. Oh, I didn't see Mercy behind Kofi. Shit. I missed it. I was just watching him do the pancakes. Cool. So if that's the second one tonight and they're not spacing this out, because I was thinking they do the Witch tonight, they do the Mercy next week, and the other one the week after. If they're going to do this throughout the show, that tells me, or that makes me think that he's going to appear tonight. So which match are we getting last? We're getting Kofi and Sammy, or are we getting AJ and Ricochet? Kofi, actually, now that you think about it, does need a new opponent, does he not?
What you doing?
At Burger King, get the Whopper meal deals for $4, $5, and $6. Get the Whopper Junior meal for $4. The Flame Grilled Whopper meal for $5.
Oh, man, I don't know, dude. Thank you, Paul Roman, for the $5. You're awesome. Why do I think they continue to clown out Strowman? Do you think he would make a good champ? I loved Braun Strowman. I was a huge Strowman mark when he was on top of his game, and he was absolutely manhandling Roman Reigns, a guy that every single fan thinks that WWE's all up the ass of. And, you know, Roman put Strowman over a lot and took a lot of punishment and beatings from him. And I thought that was all done to build Strowman into another megastar. So not only do you have one megastar in Roman, you got two. And that's where I thought they were going. And when all that was going on, I thought that would have been a perfect time to strike while the iron was hot and put the belt on this badass that literally seemed unstoppable and seemed like the only guy capable of potentially challenging Brock Lesnar. But boy, did that change in a hurry. I think he would make a great champ, but I almost feel now like he's already too far into Big Show 2.0 territory that there's no coming back from it. Sure, he'll be world champion, but it won't feel the same like it did a couple years ago when he felt so unstoppable, when he felt scary, when he felt like a true monster. Now he doesn't really feel like that. He doesn't spark those same emotions in you. He's a lot more comedy now too. More of a real person, more real feelings. Excellent finish to the cage match last night, by the way. Never seen that before. Thought it was good. So Braun Strowman, I fully believe, will be champion, but I just think, like, the belief in him that he is a true monster badass won't be there. And we'll just view him like we view the Big Show. Pretty much in the same exact way, and he'll have the same position on the card. And provided he stays healthy, he'll be in the ring doing this shit for the next 15, 20 years. Charlie, we are just getting a lot of you tonight, and I am not complaining. Now, Sammy's just coming out right now. Yeah, I guess Bray Wyatt, it really wouldn't technically make sense for him to come in and feud with Kofi because Kofi's SmackDown and Bray's Firefly Funhouse have been on Raw.
Your questions are terrible, Charlie. They always are. Thankfully, there's a couple of people here.
Sammy, don't talk smack about Charlie.
That's right.
I'll slap that hood right off your ginger head.
So not Renee. You can get out of the ring. Your presence is no longer required because we're about to have ourselves a little impromptu Sammy and Kevin show.
Okay.
I love this show. My favorite. The real hard-hitting questions begin. Let's see if you're up to the task, Kofi. Let's see. Question number 1. Why are you here? Question number 2. Who do you think you are?
These are good questions.
Question number 3. Why don't you just get the hell out of here, man?
All solid questions.
Oh, okay. While we're asking questions, can I ask you a question? Kevin, do you know you have a humongous zit on the side of your head that's bleeding? I can see it from here. Hey,
You need some Stridex pads.
Kofi Kingston.
Remember when Stridex used to sponsor all WWE shows like in the 90s? Stridex presents SummerSlam.
WWE champion is guy who gets held.
Do they still make Stridex pads?
Friends, by the way, named Big E and Xavier Woods, who last night we destroyed at Stomping Grounds. So the real question is, Kofi, why do you use your friends as WWE champion?
Oh, they're trying to drive a wedge in the New Day?
Because you guys have this weird, bizarro, I'm your friend, I'm not your friend, I love you, I hate you, I love to hate you, but I hate to love you type relationship going on. Doesn't mean that that's how it works for everybody else, okay?
Yeah.
When it comes to me, Xavier, and Big E, we are brothers. It is a brotherhood. It's a bond that nobody can break. And as far as me not being able to win matches by myself, correct me if I'm wrong, but in Money in the Bank, I beat you, Kevin.
Oh, you had the Stacker too. Yeah. There's a follower of the channel, fan of the channel. Troy. I know his name's Troy. I think he was in a couple of those Stacker 2 commercials because he was telling me about it. Back during with the ones they would air on Raw. He was like on a bicycle or something like that. If I remember the story right. Troy, if you're in here, speak up. Let us know about that.
Classic delusions of grandeur. The ego on you is out of control. You know,
I love Sammy on the mic. He's great.
you need a little dose of reality, and who better to give it to you than old Sami Zayn?
Yeah, don't I have an old Sammy in here too? That's weird.
Get it, man. You still don't get it. Look, with me, it's not about ego, bro. It's about perseverance. This title's not just about me. It's about all of them. But if I'm being honest, bro, I'm getting tired of hearing you talk, man. Are you guys tired of hearing Sam Zayn talk?
You know what I would almost do with the New Day if you are going to split them up? Instead of doing what everybody's talking about, turning Big E, I'd turn both of them. I'd turn Big E and Xavier on Kofi. Instead of just turning one, and then you got 3 singles wrestlers, right, that you've just created in that situation. For the most part. I guess you could keep Xavier with Kofi, kind of like how Dean stayed with Roman after the Shield and all that. But I'd turn Big E and Xavier on Kofi. That way you can keep them together a little bit as heels. And then after that, after they run together for a little while and do Kofi shit, you split them up. Like one little split first and then the official split later. Something like that. Just a thought. And we got Sammy and Kofi coming up next, which means AJ and Ricochet will likely be the main event. Or will be the main event. You know, Ron Simmons, that's not a horrible idea, Roderick. You know, although it would probably be deemed kind of controversial if you did it now, but if you resurrected the Nation of Domination. You know what one great thing about the Nation of Domination is? Is that aside from Crush from his early days, they're all alive. They're all still alive. You could bring back Ron Simmons to mentor a new Nation of Domination group led by Big E and Xavier and maybe add a couple more. And you could have Farouk out there with him, you know, managing at ringside or something. I don't know. It'd be tough to pull that off, though, now. And if WWE did decide to not split up the New Day at all, I ain't complaining either, because I love them together. I pitched Kofi getting his Jamaican accent back. I said, I want to say it was a couple of years ago when he had to wrestle Brock. And he's probably going to find himself wrestling Brock again, because I have a feeling Brock's going to cash in on him. But it would be funny a couple of years ago when he faced him at the Japan show. And I think I joked that Kofi's going to get hurt so bad he'll start having the Jamaican accent again on TV. He'll just be knocked silly and it'll come back miraculously. Oh, Big E and Lashley. Yeah, damn, that would be a tough group. How many times do I have to see this Conor McGregor whiskey commercial? I'm not drinking your shitty whiskey. Yeah, Austin, I remember when we had those initial New Day vignettes when they were like with the choir and all of that. We talked about that it felt like it might be a Nation of Domination type of thing. Turned out to be the exact opposite of that. You know, Nation of Domination was all dark colors and, you know, and just all black ring gear and by any means necessary, and New Day is colorful and they're fun and they don't give a shit about anything, and totally different. Mike Witt, thanks for the $2. Never understood why Owen was in the Nation. Dude, brother, I was in the audience the night that he turned heel. That was a Raw taping. It was right after Unforgiven in '98, and it was the same set of shows that the WCW Invasion took place on when they took the tank to Nitro and all that. And we went to Raw, and then the next night we had the taping, and that's when they did the turn with Owen turning on like Shamrock or something. And I remember, you know, because you can't hear the announcers, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, Owen is turning heel? And I just thought at the time that Owen turned heel. I didn't know he was joining the Nation. I just thought that Owen turned heel, and that was it. I had no idea that he was actually joining the Nation of Domination. And that was so weird and random, but at that time, Owen needed to turn heel. He was a stale babyface that wasn't doing anything. He pretty much came up short in his feud with Triple H for the European title. He always thrived in factions. When he was in the Hart Foundation, he was Tag Team Champion, Intercontinental Champion. So maybe they thought putting him back in the Nation was a good idea, but didn't really turn out to be a good idea because he just dressed in that road sign ring gear, which looked stupid. He should have just came out there wearing his old pink and black, man. That's all he needed. Yeah, exactly. Kofi's accent would be similar to when Goldust got electrocuted and he was out there stuttering. Like something like that. I'd laugh if they did that with anybody. Like anybody that had like a previous gimmick. If they just showed up on TV one week in their previous gimmick. Owen Hart famously actually did that as the Blue Blazer. But I don't know, you know, if who's in the company right now that had a previous gimmick? There's probably plenty of them. Probably at least a dozen people. And just bring them back as whatever they were before. Might be fun. Kane showing up as Isaac Yankem or something. Might be amusing. Razor, it was a tank. Trying to pretend it was a Jeep. I remember the show. It was a tank. Big ass tank. Full steel iron tank. Jeep. On top of Owen's stupid ring gear, he also had the dumb music. Like, I really didn't like his music. Enough is enough, and it's time for a change. And he had that weird beat. Just didn't fit him. I didn't like it. You know, to me, I feel like the Montreal Screwjob was also the end of Owen. I mean, he never went on to do anything significant again, and he would die a year and a half after. It just sucked. It is interesting that the two gimmicks that Charles had, one was a father and one was a papa. It's kind of funny, isn't it? I thought about that the other day on Father's Day when I wished everybody with the name Daddy in their name a happy Father's Day. Big Daddy Cool, Big Daddy V, Big Bad Booty Daddy, Big Daddy Ritter, Sweet Daddy Siki, the Godfather, the Good Father, Papa Shango, and whoever else I'm missing. Yeah, W. Turner, I have a lot of memories 20 years ago of Jarrett and Owen being a tag team, and I remember at the time not liking it because I felt like they were put together, and I felt like Owen Hart was directionless, and Jarrett kind of was too. They put them together. They were a great team on paper, but they were short-lived. Owen started moving on to the Blue Blazer stuff. You know, if Jarrett and Owen would have stayed as a team, and continued on, and they never did the Blazer shit, they could have been great. They could have held titles for a couple of years in the company. Would have been curious, too, if Jeff still would have left. He probably would have. He probably would have left the team high and dry. So, actually, yeah, take that back. It wouldn't have mattered. Even if they, if Owen didn't do the Blue Blazer and Owen didn't die and they stayed together, Jarrett would have likely left in October with Russo and Ferrara anyway. So, they just didn't have a chance to really get going. They had a run that lasted months. Just a few. Hey, Mr. T, that's a good idea. I'm surprised they haven't tried to do another interactive type of show like that, and especially now with Twitter and social media and shit, doing Twitter polls or something like that to determine matches. But unfortunately, WWE probably can't rig it if they do it that way. Thank you for another one, Mike Witt. You're the best. Bray comes out as Husky Harris, or Husky Harris, is what he was, not Husky Harrison. No, I don't think he's doing that. I like the little throwback to Husky Harris with Huskus or whatever on the Funhouse. Oh, God, John Reddifer. Thanks for the $2, dude. What did I think of the Kiss Demon in WCW? Oh, that was horrible. That was one of the lowest rated Nitros ever. The Kiss Demon, I think, was it Dale Torborg was the Kiss Demon? And I remember they tried to do like a Kiss concert. And I'll never forget Tony Schiavone's call. His horrible, scratchy throat call. This is Kiss! It's like nobody gave a shit about Kiss in 1999. I like the song Beth. That's it. You know, other than that, I don't give a shit about the band Kiss at all. And it was just such a shitty idea. I mean, the Kiss Demon itself, like, the costume would be great for a wrestler. It actually would. But WCW was struggling by that point. Struggling hard, man. Oh yeah, Raw Roulette. I wasn't a big fan of Raw Roulette. That was during Bischoff's run. RoboCop was better than Kiss. I think they both suck equally well there. That was brutal. Chucky was on Nitro. Yeah, everybody was on Nitro. Oh yeah, the Maestro, that was terrible too. I remember that was Ryan Shamrock was in WWE. She jumped ship and went over to WCW and was hanging around with the Maestro. I forgot who the Maestro was. Did he come through WWE's doors too? I forgot. I guess I don't like hate Kiss or anything. I don't have a whole ton of like, I don't know, like artistic respect for him. One or two hits. One song that they play at parties a lot. Like I said, I like Beth. But other than that, I'm not a fan. Kofi wins against Sammy, by the way, and Kofi keeps on rolling. I'm liking it. What if Brock's music hits right now? Oh, they're going to set up Extreme Rules right now, right? All right, we already have one multi-man match with Seth's Universal title set for Extreme Rules. Do you think they're going to do a triple threat here? Kofi's going to come back and wrestle Owens now. Do you think this is going to lead to like a triple threat? And then KO and Zayn get to have a conflict over who gets to win the belt or something? And then Kofi winds up capitalizing on the controversy or the disagreement, retaining the title and getting the fuck out of there and going on to SummerSlam, where Brock will cash in his boombox. What do you think? That rings a bell. Bray going to a courthouse in his gimmick outfit. Was it jury duty? That's what I'd do. I'd show up in my if I was Kane or some shit, and I got summoned to jury duty, I'd just show up in my Kane outfit. They'd be like, "Oh, you're out of here." I have ignored a couple of jury duty summons, to be honest with you. I just threw them right in the trash. Hopefully, they don't come for me.
Give extra, get extra with new Extra Refreshers gum. Does this make you want a Reese's?
No.
Oh, how about this?
No. Doesn't make me want one.
Stop. Just kidding. We're not gonna stop. Not sorry. Reese's.
Right now, KFC, pick any two of these favorites.
Yeah, it could be a handicap match, but they'd have to put something like that together, though. Like,
This tasty bear.
Kofi would have to be stupid and have to say, "Oh, I'll take you both on," or whatever.
Mix and match any two for only $6 at KFC.
There was a guy WCW was about to hire, Tony interviewing him, and he had like a kickboxing style. I think the interview was on Thunder Wayne somebody. Well, I don't remember who that is. I don't remember. Yeah, don't turn me in, y'all. I break all the rules. I didn't know Kane went to the screening. That's funny. I love that everybody's laughing at that. I don't want to do it, man. I don't want to get stuck there in some fucking murder trial for 6 months. I gotta make money. I gotta pay my bills, man. I can't be doing that. But I definitely, if I go, I gotta go down there and do everything I can to get out of it. Just pretend I'm completely crazy. I'll tell them that I recently got married to a turkey sandwich in my refrigerator. And I have sex with that turkey sandwich every day. I don't know, or something like that. And wear a Flash Funk t-shirt. No, Mike, we don't want the cats. I've been completely left alone so far. But it usually never lasts the entire stream. But I've recently expanded my desk because I'm working on changing some stuff. And I've got this shelf now that goes up pretty high right here. And Tito, that's his spot now. He's been sitting up there for days. He's right there. The higher up he can be, he likes it. My old place, too, I had shelves that went up real high, and he found a way to climb up there. And he'd sleep up there for hours. Way up top.
You have to agree with me on this one. Kofi Kingston is his own worst enemy.
Yeah, as much as this pains me, I mean, this is acceptable. Kofi should have gone to the back with his head held high.
Covered by KO. Look at the leg and a kick out. Corey, I think we're beginning to believe you a bit when you say that Kingston fight it off more than he can chew. And I don't say it as an insult to Kofi Kingston. I say it as an observer that has watched this business forever and ever. Kofi Kingston is an incredible competitor. He's a great, talented human being and a great guy. I just don't think this is a wise way to live your life as champion. And Kevin Owens going to try to prove you right, Corey, as he's assaulting Kingston outside the ring now.
Aaron Rift winning the 24/7 title? I'd pay to see that. That would be hilarious.
Only preserving himself for a few extra seconds, but just accepting this fight was not a wise choice against the fresh Kevin Owens. Well, and I understand, Corey. Listen, Kofi.
Nice wrestling soup sign. Shout out to those guys. They're always cool to me. By the way, get them likes up for me, y'all. Y'all hook me up with like 200 likes. I'm at like 145. That's Bush League. It's Bush League numbers. It's WCW numbers.
I understand Kofi's mentality. He wants to prove himself. I get that and I respect that. But what makes... Oh, he beat
Kofi won by count out.
Kevin Owens
Well, that's definitely going to lead to some sort of an Extreme Rules match.
and still the WWE
Oh, they said still WWE champion? That was a title match? This is lame. Kofi did get... Kofi's got no help from the New Day out here at all. 10 whole dislikes. Oh my god. What am I going to do? Such a shame. So Kofi just basically beat the hell out of both these guys and retained his title against both and then kicked both their asses after the match. Good job, Owens and Zayn. Looking strong. Oh no, Joe's coming out? Oh lord, oh god. He didn't hit him very hard, thank god. So he's going to lose the U.S. title to a guy like Ricochet, and he's going to be awarded with a title program with Kofi? I'll tell you right now, if they did this with some wrestler people hate, if Roman Reigns lost a match last night, and then he attacked a champion or started a program with a champion the next night, they would say, what has he done to deserve it? That's what they'd all be saying. But I think with Joe, it's allowed. Start match, please. This isn't a video game. Fuck's wrong with you? I think you just start preschool before you start telling me to start matches. "10 dislikes from AEW workers? Why would they dislike me? I love them. I got AEW's back. I'm not a psycho. I'm not milking their balls, but I like them a lot, and I wish them the absolute best and success." All right, now he's got the coquina clutch on Kofi. I'd be disappointed if all Elite Wrestling people dislike my video. They should like it. I'm on their side, man. No New Day helping him out. Big sweaty Joe. The fans seem very upset. What's the matter, Joe? You want to lose to Kofi too after you lost to Ricochet and Rey Mysterio? You just want to keep losing to little guys? All right, suit yourself. We'll see you at Extreme Rules.
Take another look at this sickening impact. Joe hoisting up the WWE champion.
Damn. God, that's a bump.
Driven into the stage. Joe unfortunately was not finished yet. Here comes a coquina clutch for a significant amount of time. Kofi was helpless to begin with. Just
Oh yeah, this is where you need Brock right here. Why isn't Brock coming out? This is the perfect time to bring him out. But he's not coming. It's quarter after the hour. It's not a good time. Stupid Brock. He could have came out right there. It'd be funny if Brock would troll everybody and he'd come out and cash in the briefcase during commercial break. He hasn't wrestled on Raw in 18 years and he finally does. And he does it during commercial break. And we come back from commercial and Brock Lesnar standing in the ring with the title that he just won. That would be hilarious. Oh, Big E's looking for syrup. Somebody must have done hid the Aunt Jemima. Hid it under the desk or something. Yeah, exactly, Angie. Where was The Undertaker helping out Kofi? What an asshole. Well, we got 45 minutes in the show left. I might as well grab one more final brewski. As a cat walks in, I knew there would be one. What's going on, buddy? What's going on, bud? One more beer. Alright. Final 45 minutes. All right. We back. Hey, buddy, you're here to disrupt? Is that what we're here to do, to disrupt? Come on. Oh, well, I can't grab you if you're not going to help me out here. Help me out. Ugh. There we go. You good? All right, sit still. You can stay here. Start squirming. You gone. I'd love to see Demon Finn Balor get back on the mat, man. Rajiv, you are the only one who misses Stephanie McMahon on Raw. If I go the next 30 plus years without seeing Stephanie, and on my 80th birthday I see her, it will be too soon. I will not be ready yet. Catch a turn. Bub would never turn heel. Ever. Would you, Bub? You're babyface for life. Babyface for life. Yeah, right, Mike. I don't know what goes into these decisions, man. Thanks for another awesome super chat. But you got Joe losing a mid-card title to a mid-card guy, then gets put in a world title feud the next night. And they put Strowman in an arm wrestling competition and a tug of war. Yeah, I don't know what we're smoking, but if WWE's got any extra they want to send me, I'll definitely take some because it sounds like good shit. Buy one t-shirt, get one for $1. What a great deal. Problem is, I don't want any of your shitty shirts. No Celebrity Raws in a while. I don't know. I don't know why they haven't done that. Not sure if there's a reason behind it or if it's just coincidence. Don't really know. They're recapping Taker's re-emergence here, saving Roman from Shane and McIntyre's beatdown. Dude, I'm already getting hair all over me and I'm gonna sneeze. All because of you. Listen to Stephanie McMahon's theme song for 1 hour straight or watch Hulk Hogan's sex tape 5 times. Well, Hogan didn't last very long. So watching it 5 times would be a lot shorter than an hour. So I think I'm going to go the Hogan sex tape on that one. Come on, you got to get down, buddy. Get out of here. Oh, they're going to announce something here, aren't they? What's it going to be, Cole? Oh, here we go. There's the tag we talked about. Taker and Undertaker. Taker and Reigns against Shane and Drew. Random as fuck. But Taker in a tag team match with a young, good worker is the best way to make Taker look like he doesn't suck. All right, Roman, that match is going to be up to you and Drew to carry, man. Hey, asshole. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Damn it. As Naomi comes out here. I bought this brand new awesome litter box for my cats. Oh my god. Hey. There we go. I had to fix him. So this thing is super awesome. It's like this complete enclosure, this like burlap enclosure, and they walk in it and like around the corner where the litter box lies, and they take their shits in there. And then all I have to do is unzip the thing, and it's like a sifting litter box, so I just shake it out and dump it. It takes 2 seconds. And it gives them privacy. It gets the litter all off the floor, doesn't make a mess, doesn't stink. It's awesome. But the outside of it is like this canvas material, and the motherfucker is scratching it with his claws. And he's gonna tear a hole in it. And I'm gonna tear a hole in him. Yeah, sorry, I had to disappear there. He was going to rip a hole in that. I had to go throw him in the other room. I gave him a claymore kick right onto the bed. He took it, sold it like a boss, too. All right, here comes crazy-ass Nikki running around. And I'm pulling cat hair off of my face. God, I really don't give a shit about this match at all. Well, since this is Naomi and Alexa, I'm going to take advantage of this and wash this cat hair off of my hands. I will be right back in a second. Because I'm going to fucking sneeze from this shit.
I do agree with part of that. Nonetheless, Alexa and Naomi squaring off here tonight. One on
Here we go. It's better. Much better.
Two-time women's champion, Naomi. I guess Alexa Bliss, former champion in her own right. Alexa Bliss takes out Naomi. So, Corey, you're buying the fact that Alexa really wants to be friends with Nikki. You think she's turning over a new leaf? Oh, I have no reason to doubt Alexa. It's covered by Bliss.
Except for her track record, right?
Her track record as far as, maybe choosing bad friends.
Bad friend? Mickey James is never a bad friend.
Here's Naomi. Oh, there's the split to Alexa. Is it enough to put Bliss away? And a kick out by Alexa Bliss.
All right. Sorry about that, guys.
All went down last night.
I apologize for that. I just had to get that hair off of my face. Or it drove me crazy. There we go. Put everything back. Y'all didn't leave, did you? I'm starting to blame you guys because what's wound up happening is we're in the middle of this Alexa Bliss and Naomi match. And Bliss wins right as I sit back down. Nice win, Bliss. I'm going to blame you guys because every time somebody is like, where's the cats? And I'm like, oh, they're not bothering me all night. And then literally 5 minutes later, one of those fuckers walks out and causes a commotion. So y'all need to knock it off. Has Alexa Bliss shrunk? No, I don't think so. She's a legitimately a very short person. Look at Nikki wants. She wants Nikki to smack around Naomi. Oh, here comes Natalya. Do you have your fucking bunny ears? Yep, she does. That's good. You always want to wrestle in those. Doesn't look stupid at all. Oh, I hate those things. Shut up, Joey. Blocked. I'm going to delete the videos I did for you. Here comes another tag match. Damn, are we going to get that for real? I guess we got some time. No, maybe not. Hey, good question. I should set up a Twitter account. A joint account, not individual. Tito and Bub. See how many followers we can get, those guys. That would be funny. I don't have another Twitter account. A lot of people have like second and third accounts and shit. I don't. I just have the one. So I should set up a second one, see if I can get them some followers, and then I'll tweet from their perspective and tell them and tell you guys things that I'm doing. Dad's taking a big shit. Stuff like that. Might be fun. Natty is hip with the kids. Yeah, she's hip with the kids. Hip with the times. Much like my old ass. I like it though. You guys are gonna appreciate it too. When you get to be old and you get to be in your 40s, it's kind of nice not having to keep up with like trendy shit. It's the last thing I care about. It's gonna be the last thing you care about too. I like being a little dumb and naive. It's fun. Ignorance is bliss, right? I'm glad I've never heard a Cardi B song. I'm proud of that accomplishment. I worked hard to not hear one. Please live stream my reaction to Chrisley. Oh my god. I don't think I could do it. I don't even think you guys could get me through that. Because that's tough. That's rough. I need some help. Get any new subs in here tonight? Maybe a handful. Not bad. Not many at all. But a handful. A couple dozen. Not bad. Reading some Twitters. Alright. Everything's caught up on that end. Yeah, I'm only on Twitter. I do have a Facebook page for the channel with a couple of thousand followers on there, and but I'm so bad about posting on there. Actually, my video that I did last night or put up this morning, I forgot to put on Facebook. So I need to do that. Actually, I don't think I put it on my website either. Fuck. I was slack. I slacked off. Actually, let's just do that right now. Got my computer pulled up right here. All right, let's go into my dashboard. Grab this link. I'm just going to put the link right on my website right now. Look how fast that was. Where are we at? It is not downloadable, though, in podcast form. It's only 20 minutes. All right, perfect. And I'm just going to paste the title in, and I'm going to paste the link. And that should show right up at my website in a matter of moments. There we go. All right, it is on the website. Oh, there we go. Tag match. Natty, you still got them ears on? No, they're off. Good. Good for you. Thank you. Shit drives me crazy.
Now's the perfect time for Nikki Cross to show the entire WWE Universe what she's made up of.
And Nikki's showing us here this relentless attack on Natalya, who slings her to the mat and follows it up with that big old clothesline cover. Nikki is in it up the...
I basically started thinking modern music was trash in like the mid to late 90s. I'd say late 90s. As soon as like Britney and NSYNC started appearing and like that's the style of music that was dominant, I was over it already. I was only in my 20s, but I'm like, get the shit away from me. And I've basically been turned off on music ever since. Naomi, you just got squashed one-on-one. She got a full Nelson on Little Bliss. This match has Total Divas written all over it. Are they filming for that show? Is Nikki Cross on Total Divas? Maybe that's why she's been acting so normal. It's because she's going to be on Total Divas and she can't be a weirdo. Justin Bieber killed music? No, it was already dead. Justin Bieber dug up music's corpse and then took a shit on its body. That's what Justin Bieber did. Roaring Metal, man, there's tons of great rappers. What are you talking about? Thanks, C-Mac. Thanks for the Facebook page like. I gotta write some shit over there. I gotta put up some stuff. If I ever become huge on YouTube, I'm gonna have to hire a social media person. Because I also just, like, hate the Facebook app in general. Like, I'm not on it in real life. Like, I don't have a Facebook page. I hate it. So I just don't like the site. But it's really good for the channel. I mean, I need to be on there. It's a good way to promote my shit. But just in general, I'm not much of a Facebook user. I used to be years ago. Super into it, but I don't give a shit about it now.
Pretty suplex by Natalia, who steps through here looking for the sharpshooter. Alexa Bliss able to fight out. Tag made. Here comes Nikki. And Nikki fired up with something to prove her tonight to herself and perhaps also to Bliss.
Unorthodox approach from Nikki Cross.
There's a Yowie Wowie sign in the audience.
Natalia into Naomi, and there's the running bulldog by Nikki Cross.
I wonder if that's an actual fan or if that's more of Bray's shit. Because it's really perfectly written.
Midsection. Innovative offense from Nikki.
I like what we're seeing here.
And Nikki Cross is a very capable, very talented competitor. Unusual, perhaps.
She needs the
Very,
opportunity.
very good. Intense. And who's getting her the opportunities? Nikki Cross body. Lateral press.
Bring back MySpace. I remember MySpace. I had a MySpace page back in the day. I remember deleting it too. I remember, like, after a couple years, I had like one in like maybe 2006 or 7 or whatever year it came out. It was like 2 years. I think it was maybe around like 09 or something. Right around the time I moved out here to California, I deleted it.
Natalia doesn't realize it, but Alexa's the legal competitor. Well, maybe she should come in and help her buddy who's getting beat up by Natalia right now. It's called strategy, Cole.
Come on.
There's the neckbreaker by Nikki, who did the damage. Timing. Yeah, Alexa.
Nice, and Alexa wins again. She pinned Naomi, now she pins Natalia. Good job, girl. I was actually rooting for you, because I don't like Natalia or Naomi.
It's all down to you with all Corey that Nikki did all the work.
All of it. 100%.
And it's all
Nikki did all the work, and Alexa pinned her.
defeated and won just a few minutes ago, so maybe she leaned a little bit on her tag team partner. Am I the only one that thinks logically around here?
Corey, you might be, man. I don't know.
Here's the tag by Alexa. She didn't come in right away. She got up until 5, and Natalia was assaulting her partner. So she just happened to come in off that wicket. She wanted Nikki Cross to have her moment to execute that spectacular maneuver. Alexa then felt it was appropriate to take the cover. And look at this celebration. That is a beautiful tandem right there.
There's no way Alexa is okay with what Nikki did last night, so she's going to wind up.
Nikki and Alexa celebrating their tag team victory here tonight. Let's just beat Naomi and Natalia. Tonight, Raw. On your left, AJ Styles. On your right, the brand new United States champion Ricochet. They clash for the first time ever in WWE Live next.
You know, that is true, Alex. I should say that. I mean, I'm not that oblivious to music. First of all, I hate Kanye. Him, I'm really not familiar with his songs. I hate him. I hate him more than there's probably any human on this earth. He is fucking awful. But I love Rihanna and Beyonce and Jay-Z. I think they're great. But Kanye can suck it. Stupid shithead. God, he's so ridiculously gut-wrenchingly stupid. To levels that make me dizzy. Horrible guy. Jesus. I just want to tie him to a fence and just throw bricks at his face for like a solid hour. That would make me happy. But I would never lay a hand on Rihanna or Beyonce. Nothing beats a good woman with a great singing voice. Except for Chris Brown. But
Are a rainbow in a sky full of gray. A happy pour in a watered down world. A taste that can't be replicated. A flavor that can't be replaced. Darling, you are a limited edition.
I wish MySpace technically is still around, right? I should make a GoodMicWork MySpace page. Why not? Return to MySpace for the first time in 12 years, or however long it's been. 10. I don't hate Kiss, I guess, Mike. They're not like on my top favorite bands list. To me, they only had a couple of hits. I didn't consider them like gritty songwriters, you know, like that's the type of the bands I respect a little bit more, I guess, you know. They were just a lot of gimmick, a lot of pyro, a lot of outlandish outfits. Just not my style. Like I said, I like Beth. And I like that one other song they play.
I don't know how you got those in there, but I'm impressed.
And party every day. That one.
Life insurance you didn't expect from the company you know you can trust. State Farm.
Hey, let's say I want to sell my car, but I'm kind of about buying. You're well, it's more like a
That'd be a good Iron Man match. I don't know, better writer, Paul Simon or Bob Dylan. I think I was a bigger Dylan fan, but Simon's awesome.
Well, I've got good news. CarMax will buy your car even if you don't buy one from them. Where you going? No, we're making noises. Where's the number one music in the world? You hear that?
I heard about the Cardi B SummerSlam stuff, and I'm wondering, since somebody brought up the celebrities earlier on, we haven't seen those lately. WWE has brought celebrities in a lot at SummerSlam. Seems to be a theme. Jon Stewart and Amel. Who else have they done recently at SummerSlam? Like, it seems like that's a thing. So, her involvement, I could totally see that. I don't know who she'd be in a segment with or work with or whatever. I don't know. Or whose corner she'd be in. I don't think we're getting a fun house tonight, man. I think we've seen the teases already. I think that's all we're getting tonight. We might see Wyatt appear here. I mean, if this is the main event, I mean, this is great and everything. But based on the matches that we've already seen tonight, wouldn't you think the better main event would have been Kofi's match? Or Roman and Shane and McIntyre with The Undertaker showing up? Why is AJ and Ricochet the main event? You know what I mean? Makes me think that something's going to go down here. I'm kind of thinking we're going to get Wyatt. Hey, y'all. They don't want none. Ooh, Raw in Dallas right ahead of the G1. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Alex, I said the exact same thing about Kiss. There's a lot of gimmick and a lot less like just like substance, you know. That's why I'm not like a huge fan. Here comes Ricochet. Main event in Raw, fresh off of winning a title at a pay-per-view the night before. Man, Rollins was on fire last night on Twitter. He was giving shit to Will Ospreay, who made some sort of a comment. And Seth quotes his tweet, and he's like, we already have a version of you, a better version of you. And he won his first ever title tonight at Stomping Grounds, Ricochet, and all this. It was great. I'm loving it. I'm loving the back and forth. That's right, yeah, Taz. That's right. That's right, Mike Witt. Thanks for another one. Yeah, I ain't shitting on Kiss or nothing. Don't worry. I'm allowed to not like them. I'm allowed to not be a fan. I don't hate them by any means. They just ain't on my favorite bands list. That's all. I'm not a crazy like most fans think. If you're not a fan of somebody, you have to shit on them. I'm not doing that. I'm not a huge fan of Kiss. I explained my reasons why, and that's it. I wasn't dumping on them. AJ Styles, Ricochet, chance. I mean, this match on paper is about as sexy as it gets.
Inside the ring. And again, you saw Ricochet get caught up in the moment a little bit there, telling AJ, I can do what you can do. And then AJ, to your point, Corey, the veteran maneuver, wrestling him to the mat. Take another look at this. See the athleticism on display in Ricochet. Looking for the counter, and Styles just a step ahead. Makes you wonder if AJ's trying to lure Ricochet into making a mistake. And off a couple of deep arms.
Oh, here comes Gallows and Anderson. All right. Are they going to turn on AJ? This is not a title match, right?
Changes the dynamic of this matchup immediately.
Well, Ricochet's got to keep an eye on Anderson and Gallows, and of course AJ Styles in the ring. Side headlock now by Ricochet. We keep mentioning being starry-eyed. Last night, Ricochet had the same questions asked of him. How would he perform on that stage? Anderson trying to get involved. The official telling AJ.
AJ should turn heel here and align with these guys.
Here's the deal. You're not going to ruin this match. So it's not going to continue until you're out of here.
AJ, you're not a referee.
I want you to leave.
Why do you have to get on the mic to say that?
Now.
Can't you just tell him? All right, so they're leaving.
And Anderson and Gallows heading to the back. We're going to restart this match between Styles and Ricochet when we return.
All right, I don't know what this is going to mean. Yeah, so it's got to be one of those two, right? I agree with Secret Sands. AJ turning heel or Bray showing up. I feel like this is all got to be just a ploy or something. He's going to wind up turning heel. Or maybe he gets attacked by Bray Wyatt to close the show, and then his buddies aren't there to save him because he sent him away. That might be funny, too. Maybe Bray Wyatt is aligns with Gallows and Anderson. I don't know.
We all use our phones differently. I can manage a time they spend on their phone, who they're texting with, all of that. It's a win for all of us.
The network more people rely on gives you more.
Let's ask everybody. Bray appearance.
Wandering through secret hills and telling stories round the grill. From lazing out on peaceful docks to raging to a band that rocks. You never know just where in life Corona cans might take you now.
At Burger King, get the Whopper meal deals for $4, $5, and $6. Get the Whopper Junior meal for $4, the Flame Grilled Whopper meal for $5, or try the Double Whopper.
Hit the like. Thank you. Smack that like button for the 240 folks in here right now watching Raw. Subscribe to my channel. Let's get up to 30,000 subscribers. That would be sweet. And I'm here every week watching Monday Night Raw with y'all. I did a video today, uploaded a video today, just an idea, a little fun fantasy booking, revamping WWE's pay-per-view schedule, so check that out. I've got a This Day in History scheduled for Thursday, and then I will probably be up here this weekend at some point, probably Saturday, Friday. I got to figure that out. We'll do a live episode, and we'll talk about current event shit. And a new relaunch of the podcast is going to start. I've got a name for it. I'm working on my graphics guy that does my logos for my channel and everything is putting together a nice 3D logo for the podcast. And that's going to start, and that's mostly probably going to be a lot of on camera. Most of those will be live. Probably almost all of them will. And I'll do a few ones that aren't. But those are the most time-consuming things that I do right now on the channel with editing podcasts and the audio and then uploading them and shit like that. It's going to be much easier for me to try to do the podcast versions and the podcast videos a little quicker so I can save time and work on other things for the channel instead of editing a long weekly podcast that will be obsolete in a couple of days. So it's one of the many changes coming to the channel, and I got a big trip that I have to make in Michigan at the very beginning of August. So probably right after that is when I will launch these full time, and we'll do a weekly type of thing. Still working on the details. If I can start earlier, I will. I'll actually technically be ready to do those at any time, but I don't want to start them and then have to take a week off because I'm going away. So I'd rather just start them and kind of get close to SummerSlam time, basically, is when that'll be happening. But I'll still be up here, like, weekly, doing essentially the same thing. I'm just kind of making a format and getting ready for the fall. So I'll have my weekly podcasts, I'll have This Day in Histories, I'll have mic drops, and I'll have some other occasional things that I'll do, my Monday Night Raw streams. Try to bring back some pay-per-view reviews and shit like that. It's starting to kind of come together. I don't know if I'm going to do live call-ins. I got to figure out how to set that up. I'd have to purchase a line and have those capabilities and figure out how to even set something like that up. A lot of podcasters are doing it. I could try. I'd be open to that, for sure. When the new machine comes and I get that all set up, that's going to make things a lot easier, streaming-wise, and all of that. But if y'all are into the phone calls, I'll for sure look into doing it. Might be fun. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, Keith Austin on Twitter mentioning maybe have Finn Balor come out here and turn heel. Which would be slightly interesting. I mean, think about what we saw earlier tonight with Daniel Bryan and the Revival. I'm thinking that that might be an early tease to unifying those two tag team belts. What if you had Finn Balor come out and turn heel and join up with AJ and Gallows and Anderson, and you got Balor and Ricochet? Could you do a U.S. title and the IC title unification? Or would you keep them separate? You could probably afford to keep them separate, but just a thought. We got 10 minutes left in this show to have shit go down here, so I guess we're about to find out.
That's where I was referring to the AJ Styles as far as physical capabilities. AJ Styles will stand there and throw hands with you. AJ can take to the skies. He can grapple. He can do some.
I'm glad I can make your life complete, Nick. Joey, you're giving this Raw a really good grade. This Raw's not been horrible. We've seen some shit. Maybe not as good as I was hoping it would be. I mentioned on Twitter earlier on before the show that I had a good feeling about tonight. I felt like the talent really came through and bailed us out last night on a show that was poorly promoted and built, and it was still a really good show. And I felt like maybe there's a corner being turned, and we're going to see a good Raw tonight. And we're getting Ricochet and AJ Styles in the main event. That's not really something I think anybody in their right mind should be complaining about. Everything we bitch about Raw usually has to do with guys like this not getting main event opportunities, and here they are. So we need not bitch. AJ's got a little, some problems. This is really the first time, I think, in AJ Styles' career that I've been able to notice that he's aging. I mean, this dude's 40 years old, and he's finally just starting to show signs of that because the dude's just such a freak. It's probably just because he's been injured. He's probably not top-notch form right now. But Corey just said blood. PG or TV-14 is back.
Trying to fight his way out of it. Oh, front face lock. Yeah, creates his separation. And here's Ricochet now, and AJ Styles launches Ricochet with a big backdrop.
Mike, I don't think that's such a weird thing to complain about. I mean, you have to look at the details on that. I mean, how far back was Dallas on WWE? It's not like they called Dallas today and say, hey, we need the city for Raw next week. They've known months out that they're going to be in Dallas next week. So I guess it just depends on which one booked it first. WWE may have came in there after the fact and booked before, but WWE, Dallas is a regular stop for them. WWE's just going about their tour. New Japan's the one coming in here. If anybody's invading anything, it's New Japan. I think that's one problem the fans have with WWE is they feel like with brands like All Elite Wrestling and New Japan, they feel like WWE should just sit back and just allow the competition to happen. You know, it's like they need to fight too. They need to do things and they need to have their little tactics, and if that's one of them they do. It's like the fans expect All Elite Wrestling to call out WWE in interviews, have people talk shit about them on podcasts, have Cody Rhodes bash in a Triple H throne on Double or Nothing, and then WWE is going to sit back and not say shit? Come on now. Competition is fun. I want back and forth, you know? I want there to be shots being taken by both sides. And when one company punches, the other company punches back. That's the fun of it. What fun is it if they do nothing? Ricochet is not going to... I'm about to say he's not going to be able to kick out of that.
I think we're going to see AJ Styles have to dig down a little bit deeper into his arsenal, because I think as this match goes on, AJ's beginning to realize maybe he hasn't been into the ring with an athlete quite like Ricochet that possesses the speed, that possesses the agility, the total package.
I'm glad blood is okay to say now. Vince has approved that word, blood. Good. Thanks, Vince. You're too kind to us. Letting us have blood and say the word blood. You're so nice, Vince. Great shit. The funny thing is, I'm really happy that I was able to ask this question. What's cool about tonight is WWE has kept you guessing. We've seen signs of Bray Wyatt. We saw Abby the Witch. We saw the Buzzard backstage as well. And then in the audience, just a little while ago, there was a Yowie Wowie sign. I just don't know if it was an audience member or if it was put there by WWE. But they're also teasing this other shit with AJ and Gallows and Anderson. So we feel like one of two things is going to happen. Either an AJ heel turn or a Bray Wyatt appearance, and WWE is taking steps to make sure that we don't know which one of those two it's going to be. That's good. There was no fun house tonight, nothing like that, so yeah. Right now it looks like most people are expecting a heel turn over Bray. I'm inclined to believe that as well. But we shall see. Razor Demon, see, you gotta have some fun, man. Stop being so impatient. You young wrestling fans today are so damn impatient. The Firefly Funhouse stuff has not even been going on that long. Like, you don't need everything, you don't need everybody here right away. Why do you want Bray Wyatt on TV? So they can just ruin him? Have some fun with it. Create some suspense. Learn to be patient. Savor the flavor. Not everything needs to happen yesterday. What's the saying about sex? You got to preheat the oven before you stick in the turkey. Same can be true with wrestling angles. All right, we got 4 minutes left in this show, so whatever's going to happen is going to happen now.
Champion AJ Styles, however, lands on his feet.
The that Ricochet's career's just getting started here in WWE. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, something's got to go down here because you got a quiet crowd here. And we got 3 minutes left in the show. I'm going to get off the chat just in case somebody shows up here and y'all, because I got The Undertaker spoiled by me earlier. So I'm going to just not read that for a second while we get to the end of Raw here. All right, here we go. Last couple of minutes. All right, y'all got to go home soon here. 2 minutes and counting. And a near fall.
AJ Styles came within a half a second of keeping Ricochet down as we take another look at this blitz of wicked strikes from Styles.
Damn.
I tell you, this has been a hell of a match. And I think the deeper it goes, AJ Styles realizing maybe I'm not as sharp as I should have been. Maybe I took Ricochet for granted. But in turn, AJ's going to keep getting more aggressive.
All right, y'all. We got like a minute and a half here. Whatever you're going to do, let's do it. Unless we're just going to a straight finish here and the show's going off the air. That would blow my mind. Come on, are the lights going to go out or something? Ooh, good move. All right, like 1 minute. What are y'all doing here? Gallows and Anderson, Bray, Finn, Brooklyn Brawler, anybody? Ricochet's going for the 980. Rolled right through it. Unbelievable. Phenomenal forearm time with a minute left. And he hit it. Is he going to pin him? And he wins. Okay, or neither. Who was the shout out to the person that said neither? Because it's top of the hour now. There's no time for Bray to show up. It's going off the air. At least I don't think there's time. And he sent his friends away. All right, so eventually we're going to get a heel turn, but I guess not now. It's just weird that this was the main event. Like, this is the same scenario. They could have just done this earlier in the show and had AJ send Gallows and Anderson away and then win the match and do a handshake here, which it looks like they're going to do. Unless there's still time for him to turn heel, but I don't think so. Looks like the heel turn might be coming later on. Got some champions losing some matches tonight. AJ gives him the belt. I guess we're going off the air. It's such a weird way to end the show, right? Interesting. Well, all right. That's that. AJ could be AJ recruiting. True that too. That's possible. No Bray this week. No nothing. So that's okay. I like the suspense. I like that we got some Bray Wyatt teases tonight. I like that the fact that we thought he might appear because we saw Abby the Witch behind the Miz and the Buzzard behind Kofi, and we saw a sign in the crowd and there was some shit, but he didn't appear, and I'm fine with that. I actually would like them to drag this out as long as possible. Totally fine with that.
You don't have to do the banner, but what's it cost me?
Man, it was a great idea to come on the train. We're held the last bastion of respectable travel now that every airport has become a sweatpant convention.
WWE owes you a refund for no Bray Wyatt. I'm cool with it. I'm all right with no Bray Wyatt tonight. Whatever. I will live. No Firefly Funhouse, no Bray Wyatt. You know what? We're all just going to have to get over it. I think we'll all survive. I love it if we don't get every single star in our face every week. We find that to be a problem. It's okay. We still got Bray Wyatt. We still got teases of Bray Wyatt. We got the Witch and the Buzzard and all that shit. So it's fine. Everybody relax. Just chill out. Chill. Absolutely, Cheyenne. I would love to give James a shout out. If he's in here and I haven't given him a shout out yet, I apologize. I usually try to shout out everybody. But Cheyenne Wagner, I will definitely give your husband James a shout out. Thank him for watching this stream all the time and watching my channel. That's very cool. Brian, I'm going to give the show overall a pretty good grade. I think most people are as well. We're getting 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10s, 8 out of 10, shit like that I saw. We got a lot of setup for Extreme Rules. Some of it was kind of head-scratching. We've got the mixed tag main event. Looks to be the main event anyway, although it could be Taker and Roman. But we're going to get a mixed tag with Becky and Seth against Corbin and Lacey, and Becky and Seth's belts will both be on the line. If I had to guess, I think they might put the belt on Lacey in this situation somehow. She lost to Becky twice already. Now there's a way where something can happen. Baron Corbin can hit Becky with his finisher with a deep six, and then Lacey pins her or something like that can happen. We also had The Undertaker showing up to save Roman Reigns randomly out of nowhere tonight when he was getting beat down by McIntyre and Shane McMahon, and they've announced a tag match for Extreme Rules, Roman and Taker against Shane and Drew. So that's completely out of left field, and I have no idea what it means. It might be done, and now that I think about it, if they're going to have Seth and Becky drop one of their belts, that's probably not something they're going to want in the main event, the final match. So maybe they're bringing Roman back, or Taker back, to team with Roman to give them, I don't know, a big title, a big main event or something. I don't know. Guess you could still do that with Kofi. Kofi is now kicked off a feud with Samoa Joe. Looks like that will wind up being a match. Kofi got his ass kicked. There's no New Day out there to help him out. Some talk about a heel turn. Big E going heel, shit like that. That could be in the works with Kofi right now and the title. What do you guys think? What do you think the odds are of Kofi and Seth making it to SummerSlam both as champion? You think they'll both make it, or just one will? And I still think Brock is going to cash in on Kofi. But yeah, between Taker showing up and Kofi, it appears, even though it makes no sense for Samoa Joe to lose a mid-card title to a mid-card guy and turn around the next night and start competing for the world title, is weird, but it's happening. And Joe is next in line there. Taker and Roman versus Shane and Drew, and Becky and Seth against Corbin and Lacey. So the Extreme Rules card is coming along pretty good. And also, we saw a big 8-man elimination tag match tonight with Bryan and Rowan teaming up with the Revival. There was a miscommunication there between the two champion teams, and I'm just curious, because of the wild card rule and the talent now all intermingling, you do not need 2 sets of tag team titles. And so now you have this tiny little bit of a tease here between the two teams. I'm wondering if it winds up leading to a unification match. I hope that it does. I can live if you absolutely have to have 2 women's titles. All right, you have to have 2 world titles, fine. US and IC, fine, even though I'm not a huge fan of all of that. But at least unify the tags. You don't need 2 sets. I think it'll make whoever the tag team champions are, I don't know, more credible if there's just this 1 set of tag belts. Just my opinion. Thanks, Spaz, for the $2 Canadian. You're the best. Naomi still sucks, just FYI. Appreciate you letting me know, because I done forgot. I almost forgot. Luckily, you're here to save the day and remind me of that. But anyway, I have got a delicious giant steak in my refrigerator that I would really like to cook. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And I also want to work on my This Day in History video and get that finished up. It's going to be a short one. Just going to be me recapping my experience of attending King of the Ring 1999, 20-year anniversary of that show. And I forgot to put the chair behind me. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. That'll be up on Thursday. And then I will likely be up on Friday, probably Saturday, actually, in the afternoon prior to I go to work with a live stream. So I look forward to seeing you guys then. Have a good rest of your week. Make sure you check out my recent mic drop with my revamping and improving ideas of the WWE pay-per-view schedule. Tune in this Thursday for the This Day in History, and then this weekend for my stream. I will talk to y'all soon. Thanks for hanging out again and suffering through Monday Night Raw with me. Be good. Peace.